Should be good now.
Yeah, you did it, Kayla.
I did it!
Yeah, it looks really good. I love the vignettes. This is fun. This is a delightful time. Hello, Mistwalkers. It's in the afternoon for us, so it's not as spooky as it usually is because it's 1,000 degrees out and I'm tired.
Yeah, same. It's really...
It is 9 in the morning. What are you talking about? Afternoon?
Oh, it's 12. It's 12 for us.
In God's country.
In God's country. It's
some of us
lunchtime.
had a McGriddle like 20 minutes ago, so...
You can have a McGriddle anytime. It's breakfast all the time now, millennials.
Oh. Shit. Well, it's 9 o'clock in the morning here.
It's brunch time.
All right.
Brunch.
Welcome, everybody, to Tales from the Mists. We are running through and premiering Gardens of Fog by Take This Org. It is a charity that's dedicated to treating mental health issues, especially through role-playing games with compassion and love. And that's nice because everybody knows that the real adventures that we have are the friends we made along the way. So with me today are 3 intrepid adventurers. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. We'll start with Kayla.
Hi, I'm Kayla, temporary producer for this evening, which is horrifying. And I play Vasily, your sweet baby wizard, who will try to be nice today, because that's the point.
Thank you for trying. Hadeel.
It's me, your pal, Hadeel. I play Vargas, a warlock with many secrets. Surprise, I'm a drow. The end.
Ashley, who would never lie to us about anything.
It's true. I'm Ashley, and I play Konstantina Avshalomov, the Barovian bard, who has no secrets and is perfect in every way.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and I'm TK, and I'm your DM, and I've never lied to you, and none of us here have ever lied to you, and that's it. Yay! So, Garden of Fog is going to go on sale pretty soon, and the proceeds to it are going to benefit this charity, this Take This Org charity, so that they can continue their good work and help people struggling with mental illness and things like that. I know that there is a hashtag right now going around that is hashtag #MyMonsters, where people have been talking about the struggles that they've had and how Dungeons and Dragons and other role-playing games and tabletop RPGs have really helped them with that. And I think that that's something that's been really super interesting to see. I know that Lisa, who couldn't be here today, but has been very invested in this movement, she made a huge tweet thread like a little while ago that had almost like 300 responses last I looked, and it was just amazing to see like all these people and how tabletop RPGs had helped them. It's very cool.
Yeah.
So, are you all ready to get into this adventure?
Yes.
Yay! So the last time that we all saw each other, what do you remember about the last time we played together, since we didn't have a recap video?
Somebody shot at a small child, but it wasn't me. It was someone else.
Yeah.
Somebody that has spell Eldritch Blast.
That sounds true and believable.
Someone who is not me who has the spell Eldritch Blast shot at a 10-year-old, to be fair, who was a murderer, but it was somebody who was not me. So I hope they find that person.
Sure hope that person is brought to justice.
Justice. We met one of my children. Who's well, I call him number 5, but I don't remember what his name is.
Nicodemus.
Thank you, Nicodemus.
Yeah, like a really cool name that reminds me of Secrets of Nim.
Yeah, right.
Which is one of my favorite movies, so thanks for calling me out.
I love that movie.
So freaking cool of me.
Well,
real freaking cool.
In and out of character, I'm gonna call him number 5. But fair. He's my favorite, but in character, he's the worst. And he's going to give away all my secrets, I'm sure.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, well.
He is the best son that you could hope for.
Meh.
The standards are low.
Yeah, that comes with as much implied shade as you'd like. Just so everybody knows, by the way, since they're seeing a ton of glare on my glasses, I'm wearing my glasses today because we are still employing our X and O cards, but instead of typing them in the chat, we will be employing them on screen. So I'm wearing my glasses so that I can see people because I can't see anything.
Oh, and we're doing it as X and O.
Yes. Yes, those will do as well, as long as the intent is communicated visually. Thank you. So, Ashley, what was the last thing you remembered about the last adventure we were on?
We were in the ocean, and we went to a cool house. It started off cool. Mm-hmm. I made lots of really good potato dishes.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the most important takeaway from that whole session, is that I'm really good at making latkes. And we, unfortunately, our new friends tried to kill us. And so we basically destroyed their whole home and then left. And I guess it depends on if that's subjective.
We did not destroy their home. Their weird bat things did. That's a prison of their own making. That's not our fault. So
yeah, I'm not taking accountability for that. Mm-mm.
That's fair. Typical weekend for the Mistwalkers. So the last thing that happened was Nicodemus coming onto shore after utterly obliterating Eric, the butler / bodyguard, with a cannonball. And he welcomed you aboard his ship, the Endurance, which is sailing just beyond the shore. Now, the small rowboat that he brought with him, you piled into it, and each of you rowed to the boat. You climbed aboard a very new ladder, aboard this freshly painted blue ship with white and red trim. The Endurance in blocked gold letters painted along the side. A very well-kept ship. Somebody who is a patron of this ship has put a lot of money and effort into maintaining it. When you got to the deck of the ship, anybody who here has been around ships a lot?
Yeah, I don't think I would get on ships. I don't think Bosley would.
Is it like Diddy's 900-foot yacht? Then yes, but otherwise no.
All right. So none of you are really sure what this ship is designed to do. You see some ballast, some heavy ballast on the deck, and something that perhaps a cannon, but it looks a little older than everything else. This ship has clearly been repurposed from a warship. Now, Nicodemus spends the entire time coming onto the ship chattering and basically filling the silence with words that don't really mean anything. It's just oh, mother, oh, I'm so excited. Oh, mother, I can't wait until you see, and I'm the captain now, and I can't wait for you to meet everybody, and wait until we get to your quarters.
I imagine, like, because Vasili's pretty tall and lanky, but he's, like, insanely tall, right? We talked about how tall he was.
He's very tall.
So I imagine he's, like, kind of, like, she's walking places just very disgruntled and slouchy, and he's just, like, kind of, like, peeking over her shoulder and saying things, and she just keeps, like, shoving his face and, like, shoving him away and, like, not saying anything and just, like, pushing him aside everywhere she goes.
Yeah, totally. I suspect that is the case. Now, as you get on board, there are multiple people that do greet you when you get on board. Very strange people. A few of them more human, more half-elf. You've seen those types before, but there are a couple of people with features that are unusual even for Ravenloft, even for the parts of Ravenloft that you have been to. How widely traveled would you say you are?
I think Constantina's pretty well traveled in Ravenloft.
Okay.
I think Vargas has gotten around a little bit, obviously.
Okay, I think that Vargas and Constantina are probably the most well equipped to recognize the type of people these are. But you go down the mates lists, basically meeting different officers on board. You meet Ralpheo, Brummett, Koresh, Peregrine, and Thorvid, all contemporaries of Nicodemus. Two of them in particular are very strange. Koresh, for example, has the head of a well-groomed cat. In every other way, he is completely human. Peregrine, she's more hawkish in nature. She has a hawk's head. And unlike Nicodemus, they don't seem to give off an air that this is manufactured. They are very comfortable in their bodies. They're very natural in their bodies. And Constantina and Vargas, if you could both roll me a history.
9.
14.
14. 14's enough for Vargas to know that they are from another domain far to the inland known as Harakir.
Would I know that I'm assuming the is it Korish is a Tabaxi?
I think that people would consider him to be Tabaxi outside of Ravenloft, but
Okay.
here he is known as a Bastian.
A Bastian, okay. I don't know the race of Peregrine. Not a Kenku, but
She does have wings.
does have wings. Okay.
Aarakocra?
Yeah, Aarakocra?
Yeah, outside of Ravenloft, they would consider her to be Aarakocra. Inside of Harakir, she's considered to be a Horusite.
Okay.
So, the first night passes without incident. Is the second day when fog begins to roll over the ocean that Brummett comes to you first as you eat. And he says, "Will you be signing the manifest?"
Who is he approaching?
Who would like to be approached by Brummett?
Would I be, since I'm Nicodemus's mom? Like, since I would
It
have the
depends
only
on how
connection?
close you are to Nicodemus during this time.
I assume he's following me everywhere.
Then yes, he will
Like-
approach you first.
Okay.
And Brummett he's fair-skinned, fair-haired, very easygoing. There's something about him. He moves with the ease of somebody who is never uncomfortable.
Oh, the opposite of me then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Everything about his movement is as precise as a dancer's.
okay. Again, I would assume Nicodemus is just like in my face. So to Vasily, this guy probably seems like he came out of nowhere because he just slid in like
Yeah.
behind
And
Nicodemus.
He does, in fact, have a log with him, and he will you be signing our manifest? Are you passenger or crew?
Passenger, I guess. I guess we're passengers. We're unwilling passengers on this ship, I suppose.
Unwilling passengers? Makes it sound like we kidnapped you.
Well, I mean, we didn't have any other option, but semantics. What am I supposed to sign? Why?
And he will hand you over this logbook that has several other names. Your name would go directly beneath Mercy Albrecht.
Okay. Do I know where Mercy is right now?
Mercy has been in her cabin most of the time. For some reason, she just doesn't seem accustomed to being on the ocean. It may be because she does not have the same sorts of legs and the same sort of equilibrium that you do. You know that she has goat legs and a tail.
Mm-hmm.
She may be seasick.
Okay. Well,
She
I will.
really does not have sea legs.
Jesus. My eyes will linger on her name a little bit, and then I will do my very flourished. signature.
As you begin to sign, you hear Nicodemus squawk behind you, and it's sort of a.
I stop after the S in Vasily, and I turn and look at him like.
And he will meet your gaze and then immediately look elsewhere, and he'll. I have so many duties. I need to, Mother. I have so many. We should go to lunch. Let's go to lunch, Mother. And he'll loop his arm through your arm. Brummett will sort of narrow his eyes a little, but he won't say anything.
Okay, so I guess like I'll like kind of look at Nicodemus and look at the book, and then just like scratch out my name real quick, like as if, and I'll be like, I'll come back to this later. I wasn't happy with that. That doesn't look good. Just scratch through it.
Brummett will look at you and say, well, everyone on board must be accounted for. I'll get back to you later when you have more time.
That sounds good. And wait, my companions will all sign at the same time. So don't wait until they're available, till we're all available.
Of course.
Okay. And I'll walk off with Nicodemus. Can I grab Constantina and Vargas?
Constantina and Vargas, where are you?
Well, I guess if we're all together,
that's up
fine.
to you.
I mean, I like to think that I would be on the bow of the ship, like Titanic style.
Oh my God.
Like just totally loving this new form of travel. So I am very much excited to be at sea on a ship.
Very cool. And Vargas?
I'm with Vasily. I don't trust her weird creation.
It's like this is all happening, like the camera's on Nicodemus and Vasily, and then it shifts slightly to the left, and you were just standing there the whole time.
And I'm like this.
Vargas is like slightly cropped out of all family pictures on this vacation.
Yes.
Constantina, since you are separate from Vasily and Vargas, you are approached by Brummett on your own later. And he says to you, will you be signing as passenger or crew?
Well, I could sign as either, but I can be crew if you want to put me to work.
Oh, crew. We could use the extra hands.
Sure. Anything I should do?
Well, the sails may need tending, and we can always use another cook. Do you cook? I don't want to make an assumption.
No, I definitely cook.
Fantastic. If you could just sign your name here under crew, and I will speak with the captain about compensation for you.
Okay. So I sign my name and I put a little heart over the I.
Excellent.
Help, it's too cute.
It is incredibly cute. When you sign your name, you do see on the opposite facing page that Mercy has signed herself under passenger.
Okay. And do I see Vargas?
You do see the Vasily scribble.
Okay. And I'm assuming Vargas has like really beautiful penmanship.
I don't know if Vargas signed. Did
Vargas
you sign?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Vargas did not sign. Yes, I have beautiful penmanship.
Vargas is like, I don't sign anything that I haven't already been paid for.
Oh, that's fair. So
I don't sign anything with my own name.
Okay. So just Mercy and Vasily's signatures.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Voss's, because she didn't even finish her name, and then she scribbled through it.
I'd like to think that Vargas has been signing bad checks, but with Constantina's name.
See, I was wondering, I kind of want him to sign it with a fake name like Johnny Pancakes or something.
Yes, I decided that I would like to sign
Okay.
as Johnny Pancakes.
All right.
Dark magic, like literally anybody else.
So when you sign as let's assume that Vargas did sign as Johnny Pink. Is that genuine? You genuinely signed it?
Yes, I would like to sign it as Johnny Pancakes or Jim Dark Magic. Either of those is fine.
Oh,
I will permit either one.
I'm going to sign it as Jim Dark Magic.
yes.
When he does get the final signature from Constantina, he will snap the log closed and say, "Thank you so much. I will get these to the captain immediately." The evening passes without much going on. Constantina, you're not even called for your shift to cook. Maybe just not your day to start. The evening, however, the evening is more difficult. Nobody tells you how cold it gets on ships in the open sea, in the northern domains of Ravenloft, when snow is drifting on top of the rain or on top of the waves. Nobody tells you how difficult it is to sleep when the oil lamps are swinging back and forth and casting all of these shadows, these strange creatures across the walls. People don't tell you how difficult it is when you can hear the rats skittering in the floorboards beneath your feet. Trying to sleep in a hammock is not easy on a sailing ship. Now, Nicodemus did tell you that you could have your own bunks. If you prefer, there are 4 rooms where you can each have a separate room where you can bunk together.
Separate room.
Fine.
Is it we have to do one or the other?
Well, you can't all have separate rooms if some of you are bunking together, if that makes sense.
I know. Okay, well, I guess I'll say separate room, but I will probably go and sleep on Mercy's floor or something.
Fair. Anybody else?
I want my own bedroom.
Vargas has his own cabin. Constantina.
I get the sense that no one wants to bunk with me, so I will just take my own room. Well, like Vasily and Mercy together.
Nice to Constantina.
And then I just imagine that Vargas goes into his room and just like slams the door. I'm, like coming down the hallway, I'm like, okay, got
Like
got
you
it.
have like your pillow and you're like, Vargas, and he's like, boop.
I have like striped pajamas on.
No, it's like you see Vasily go into Mercy's room, and like you start to go into Vargas's room and be like, oh, that's okay, we'll be bunk buddies. And Vargas has like already pulled all the mattresses off the bed and has like made a mega bed in the middle of the room, is like lounging on it. It's just like there's no room.
Yeah. Sorry, it's too cramped and I like mage
Can't
hand
sit
the door.
I could take a hint, and I'll go. I mean, I so rarely have my own room to stay in. I'm used to being around people, so sure, why not?
Now, Constantina, you slept in moving vehicles before. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Most of my life.
How do you sleep this second night?
Not as well as I would expect. I'm usually pretty good at just falling asleep anywhere, but something on being on the ocean is different. It's not unlike being on like a moving Vardo, but the movement is a lot more than I expected, and I'm just like very aware of everyone else's like proximity to me. So I wake up a lot, in part because like I'm excited by this new experience, but it's not the most restful sleep.
In the middle of the night, I would like for everybody to roll perception for me.
16.
Ooh, 21.
Shut up,
17.
Kayla.
Everybody is awakened by the sound of footsteps outside of their doors. Timid, trepidatious.
I want to go look because I'm hoping it's like one of my friends.
When you open the door, you see this sort of a glimmering miasma of a human being. And she raises her head and she gives you what is perhaps the saddest smile. Her hair is disheveled. It's in her face, and you can see the strangest remnants of tear tracks on her full cheeks. Beyond that, however, she is not somebody that you recognize. And you raise a hand, and she raises a hand, and then she's gone.
Did she look, and was she corporeal or more like?
No, she's more like a mist. She's more like a thought of a person. You've never really seen a ghost before, so it's hard to tell, but this isn't a ghost.
Okay.
This is an idea.
Okay. I look out in the hallway just to see if there's anything else, anyone else.
Okay. You don't see anything, but there are people that are awake, and they are not the crew members that you recognize.
Do they look similarly to the kind of vision I just saw?
They are dressed in civilian clothes like she was.
Are they also like not corporeal?
A couple of them are young boys, and one of them is a man, and they are in a heated conversation. Well, by heated I mean passionate conversation with another figure in armor and a shield.
I'm gonna try to like eavesdrop.
Okay. Roll me perception to eavesdrop. What is everyone else doing?
I refuse to open the door. I'm in my super bed.
Go back to sleep.
Go back to sleep.
Vasily wants to kind of like scooch across the floor and kind of put her back against the wall that's next to the door and her arm on the door as if she's going to flip it open and prepare to cast web. And she's just going to wait and see if it sounds like the steps are coming closer.
Okay. You don't hear any steps outside of your door.
Oh, I don't hear any? Okay.
Like now you don't hear any steps. You heard Constantina open her door with a 21, and you've heard Constantina walk out of her room. With a 21, you can hear a little bit of conversation, but not pick up anything unless you left your own room.
Okay.
Mercy is dead asleep.
Okay. I will go ahead and kind of so to cast web, she just has like this little kind of mechanical compass looking thing, and it opens up and the web kind of comes out. So she wants to go ahead and open the door, kind of slide through it and drop web right there inside the door. So that way if anyone comes in and tries to get Mercy, they'll get caught in it and Mercy will be safe. So just going to do that and then kind of slide out into the hallway.
I love that Vasily is essentially Inspector Gadget.
It's the best. So, Constantina, what'd you get on your perception?
A 9.
A 9, difficult to tell. They're not angry, but it is passionate. They seem worried.
Can I tell if they're speaking like common?
They are. They're speaking a language that you can understand, yes.
Okay. And I don't see any, I only see like these other passengers. No one else
Now they do speak with the sort of lilt that Lamortians speak with. So it definitely has the very fantasy German accent to it. A similar accent to what Mercy uses.
Okay. I'm going to kind of creep up to them just to see if they need help or something like that.
Absolutely. As you come out a little bit more into the open, the person in armor raises their head to you, and it's very interesting with this type of person. You can't really get a read on facial features, gender, race. This is an idea of a person as well. It's very difficult to get a read on them. But there is a sense of peace. And they wave you over.
Hello. Just making sure everyone's okay.
And this person in this shining armor, full plate mail with a large shield attached to their back, they will... How can I help you?
Well, I just heard talking and just wanted to make sure that there wasn't any problems or anything.
And they will incline their head towards this man and the two boys, and then back to you. And I don't think it is my place to say. Have you had any strange dreams tonight?
Well, I mean, I just had a weird kind of vision outside of my door, but I'm pretty sure that I am awake right now, so I don't really know what's going on.
A vision? Please tell me more.
Can I insight check this being?
Absolutely.
Try to be not as much of a,
Not as trusting.
not as naive. Okay, that's actually dirty 20.
Ooh.
I have really high insight.
So yeah, no, that's great. The sense that you get from this individual is a sense of overwhelming calm, and openness. They're genuinely interested in what you saw or did not see, but they are not interested in coaxing it out of you. They really want you to speak of your experiences of your own volition.
Okay. So, I mean, I saw like a girl outside of my door, but she didn't seem like real. And I've never really seen like a ghost before, so I don't really have anything to like compare it to, but it felt like she was not necessarily like from this, I don't know, plane.
The farmer's face blanches, and he grips your arm and he says, "What did she look like?"
I mean, she seemed pretty young. She had round cheeks. She looked very sad. And I mean, she was just dressed in normal clothing. I didn't really get to talk to her or anything. She just like appeared, and I don't know.
At this point, the man turns his back to you and looks at the armored figure, and he says, it has to be Jenna. It has to be her. She's trying to reach us."
Is there something we could do? I mean, does she need help? Like, can we, I don't know. This is kind of out of my wheelhouse. I don't know if we're supposed to like summon her or make her feel like she can safely appear to us.
The man sort of looks at you and then looks at the armored figure, and then he looks at his two boys. Is that something you would do for her? You don't even know her.
Well, I mean, she was a young girl and she seemed very sad, and I don't know, I understand that, so I don't know, I guess my inclination is to help, but if this isn't my place, I'm happy to, step out of it.
No. We need all the help we can get. It's very hard to talk about. I don't understand what's happening. And the armored figure will set an arm on, or a hand on, the farmer's shoulder, and you see this farmer's shoulder sort of sag as he like kind of a sort of air of calm comes over him. And the armored figure will look back to you, and Jenna is suffering. Things have been very difficult at home, and they were transporting her to a facility where she could get better help. The mind is very unpredictable, turbulent, and sometimes it can influence the health of the body. Some people are more susceptible to this than others, but everyone has their breaking point. It's not her fault, but she needs help. Do you know anyone who would be able to help you help Jenna?
Oh, I mean, some of my traveling companions are on board, but they're sleeping. But I can go try.
Oh, Vasily, like, from back in the corner.
Oh,
She's like in the
Vasily.
darkness, like in the dark
Yeah.
hallway, like back at her door, just like.
Oh, Vasily, come here.
She's just been observing this whole thing, and she just kind of like slinks over, kind of concerned, wanting to do an Arcana check.
Yeah, you can do an Arcana check.
Okay. That's 11 plus 5, 16.
A 16 is enough, in my opinion, to tell you that you have encountered people who essentially exist to help when the mind becomes in turmoil. They take an oath to help and protect. They are champions of communication. They give hope to others. Essentially, people who do not merely heal the body, but heal the mind. And you've read that in your extensive studies. Though you are not sure whether or not this person is the type of person that does that, typically known as a psychomancer. It seems a fairly sure bet.
So I know there's no threat here. I can kind of gather that from this, but
Yes.
okay.
If you with casting Arcana, though you cannot insight the situation, if a psychomancer is involved, they were likely a counselor or somebody who exists to help protect the family and was probably treating Jenna before whatever happened.
Okay. All right. So I will kind of look at Constantina, then look at the psychomancer, then look at Constantina, and kind of be like, what are you making us do? What are we doing?
I mean, they might need our help, so I said that we could help.
If we're going to help them, then can they stay here and keep an eye on Mercy to make sure nothing happens? I don't know that I trust everyone on this ship.
Everyone on this ship so far is asleep.
Doesn't mean they're going to stay asleep.
Well, are all of your friends awake? There seems to be some manner. The Arcana check that you did was based on them, but I will say that it was high enough to notice that there are some remnants of something magical going on with this ship.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable.
Several of the crew are unable to be awakened. Are your companions awake?
I should go check on Vargas. Is Mercy okay?
Mercy's asleep. I've set a trap in case anyone goes in there, but I would like if someone was watching her. And sorry, there's a giant wasp flying around my room right now, so.
Do you need to take a break while you go get Mercy?
I just want to go check on her.
Okay. Do you want to check on the wasp as well?
He went into the blinds, so this is as safe as I'm getting, I guess. Ripperoni.
I'm gonna go check on Vargas.
Rip in peace, Kayla.
So I go to Vargas's room.
Okay.
Vargas. I'm using my indoor voice.
Just like your face is pressing. It's like Am I able to be awakened? I'm assuming I was sleeping.
You were awake.
Oh. That's super bad.
Well, your perception was enough that you did hear the footsteps.
Okay. I've made myself a blanket for it. I will snore comically loudly, so Constantina thinks I'm asleep. Like a cartoon, like
shit. I've heard you snore before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock a little louder. Vargas.
I will I will ask Claudia to peek through the crack in the door. And ask her if this seems like an emergency.
I'm like,
Like looking through like the keyhole, like get in there.
I probably can't see anything from my side, right? And I don't know if I can see Claudia. I don't think I've ever seen Claudia.
Yeah, I don't think you can see Claudia.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll go back to join.
Claudia will give Vargas a pinch behind his ear.
Oh. Or she just like whips the covers off.
Yeah.
Like every Hispanic mom like flips the lights like, hey, Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah. Claudia will whisper in your ears. Everyone is asleep here.
She'll be like, get the frick up, huh?
Yeah. She'll say, it smells like hag magic.
Well,
But if you would like to go back to sleep, you are free.
really don't want anything to do with hag magic. I will get out of bed and like.
Perhaps you get another puppy out of it.
Why would you bring up Choker when
yeah.
you know I miss him so?
Claudia like makes eye contact with you and then like takes the covers and brings them up over her decaying body and like lays down.
I will get dressed. I'm in a sour mood. And I will get redressed and I will poke my head out the door. Hoping for like blink dogs just in case. Just in case Choker comes back.
Yeah, roll an investigation to see if you see any blink dogs.
It's a 1. I don't see shit.
Yeah, I guess there just aren't any.
Still blink dogs. Okay. Well,
No blink.
like I get out of the room just enough and like Claudia like slams the door and I hear it lock.
Oh, 100%. She just locks you out of your own room.
It'll be the first time am I able to see Vasily and Konstantina even with my 1?
You can see the stairs that lead up to the main deck, and you can probably see Vasily and Konstantina. You can at least see Konstantina going up the stairs.
All right, I'll follow them. And I will send an angry look back at the door. I know she can see me through that door.
Oh, she could absolutely see you. Feels good.
Yeah. She's like
Yum, 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 yum.
like what's it, starfishing on the super bed.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Just like in the diagonal. It's a diagonal starfish.
She even got to sleep. She even got to sleep.
You took four mattresses and made it a California king. And
Super bed. Yes, I will follow Vasily up.
As you come onto the deck and you see the psychomancer, the farmer and his 2 young boys, Konstantina and Vasily, the psychomancer catches you up as well and lets you know that the crew is in a catatonic state that matches Jenna, who they brought on board a few days ago. If Konstantina truly saw Jenna's form, it means that she's reaching out, that she acknowledges that she needs help.
Well, what can we do?
I won't lie to you, it's dangerous. This is a hopeful sign, but you may need to enter her mindscape.
Could we be pulled out of it when we're done? Or, I mean, how does this work?
You won't be able to be pulled out until it's done.
Okay.
Her mind is in a fragile state. Just putting you in could be extremely dangerous for all of you, but I don't see another way.
I don't know. Vasily starts like backing away, like but bumps into Vargas. Like,
I like push
Fortunately,
her back forward with 1 finger.
I'm afraid that if we don't try, I don't know if the crew will be able to recover.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll try. I don't. Is there anything I should do to prepare? I'm still in my pajamas, so can I just like go in pajama mode, or should I like go get my stuff?
Yeah, he or they will look at you and say, "You may want to arm yourselves for battle. This will only be your minds connecting with hers. So, whatever you feel would help you most for battle, just concentrate on that, and it should be carried with you."
Okay.
I've performed this procedure many times. We just didn't have anyone who was able and willing to do it before meeting you. Since you were able to resist the catatonia, it may be a helpful sight.
Okay.
Vasili's fine dressed the way she is. She has her spell book and like she actually has like her tool belt on, but she's wearing like a nightgown, like a black version of the girl in Crimson Peak. And it's just like this like obscenely like ruffly collar and like really long. It's like dragging on the floor, and she just. But she has her belt and her gloves on because she was also prepared to protect Mercy a minute ago. But she was in her PJs because comfort is important. So
Yes, comfort is important. Self-care is important.
Vargas redressed and took all this stuff because he doesn't want Claudia to go through it. I know she's probably done it a dozen times.
Vargas just shows up in like a charcoal mask.
Yeah. Like one of those like microfiber turbans.
oh my god,
I'm
Why
deep
would you call me
conditioning
out
Buffy.
like this? Call out my Turby towel.
I have one of those too. This is a cell phone. Yeah, no, just like owl bear slippers.
oh my god.
Oh, cute.
I love these
Well,
owlbear
fine.
slippers.
I know
more
you're
than
a different
anything.
company now, but please deliver. Okay, we will go and get ready for battle. I will
All right.
take my Biore strip off.
After you've become prepared and everything, the psychomancer instructs you to meet them in Jenna's quarters. Later, when you have arrived in Jenna's quarters, they ask you one last time, do you understand what I'm asking you? Something is attacking Jenna's mind. I need you to go in and defeat it. This is a very dangerous quest. I need your consent one last time before I send you in there.
Well, we've faced some pretty terrible things, so if this will help her and everyone else, then okay, I consent.
I feel like I owe this to Mercy to help Constantina, since I, made some choices recently that didn't reflect very well on me, so I consent as well. So
Yeah, that time you cast suggestion on your best friend. Yeah, I'm going because I don't want to be inflicted with hag magic.
hag magic.
And also, I want to. Well, I didn't say that out loud, but I want to. I don't want to be alone on the ship.
Did you say that out loud? Because Vasily will be like,
No, I don't. Yes, but Vargas does not want to be alone on this ship.
Nice. So the psychomancer ensures you that your bodies will remain here and they will watch over them. And when Jenna is ready to awake, they will bring you out of the mindscape and all will be well.
Don't
last
need to
time
read
they-
my body.
They wish you luck and ask you to touch their gleaming shield. Oh, and let out a breath. Bend your knees a little. It's a little strange going into somebody else's mind the first time. 1, 2, and 3, and there's this ripping sensation as you escape your body for probably the first time for all of you. Constantina, it's not too terribly different from the way that you travel through the mists. Vargas, is this what a ghost is like? Where your consciousness is ripped from your body violently?
Maybe. I feel guilty. Vargas feels guilt.
Vasily, you are the first person to wake.
What do I see?
When you wake, it is in what you would recognize to be an arboretum. And above you, these great, gaping, bent iron structures. There are crumbling statues, plant life that's overgrown and shrouded in very thick fog, soupy, miasmic-like.
Do I wake up kind of like on the ground? Was I laying down or standing or?
You are laying down.
Okay. Just want to like reach my arm out and like smack and see if like Constantina's still next to me.
She is next to you.
Okay, so I smack her like
Ow.
just immediately like.
Ah.
Vargas takes this time to be like, children, no fighting.
All right. So as the three of you climb shakily to your feet, you see that this thick fog that has come in through this arboretum, it obscures almost everything. And there are these sounds. Most of the sounds are muffled. But you can hear a keening wail that sort of pierces it every few minutes. The tables are overturned and all of the plants are thick, dense, overgrown immensely. They sort of shimmer. That might just be the moon. Is there a moon here? When you look up, there's no moon, no stars. It's just a gray world.
I turned to Vasily. Vasily, you know things about plants, right? A little bit? Have you ever seen anything like this?
I like to grumble and kind of get to stand up, since I assume we were still seated or whatever, and walk over to the plants and try to figure out what they are. So I don't know, just a nature check or something else.
Yeah, give me a nature check as you pass the rows of these planters filled with dead vegetation, and as you walk, you can hear broken glass just crunching underfoot.
14.
14. These plants are dying, but you're not really sure why. Besides that, you can see a single doorway.
I will I have like the plants in my hands kind of looking at them, and then I put them, kind of let the leaves drop, and then I notice the doorway and I kind of point at it for like hey.
Okay. Can we approach the door?
Yeah, I'm just
Or is
standing
there, like, a
there 'cause
handle?
I'm not going first. I'm just
I will.
like,
I got us into this whole thing, so I will approach it warily.
You approach the door, and even as you stand on this side of the door, it is a dense wall of fog, not terribly unlike the mists that you encounter in Ravenloft on nearly a daily basis. Who knows what happens when you step inside?
I push Constantina in.
I'll go.
I laugh in character. I cackle.
Constantina, as you step through this fog, which is Not terribly difficult for you. Perhaps you are, because you are Vistani, perhaps because this is a mindscape where you are able to exert some control over your surroundings. You find yourself on this a crossroad of flagstone trails. It's very neatly manicured, this part. Not like the arboretum that you just left, but still lined with dead vegetation. There are dozens of pathways. 2 are unique.
In what way are they unique?
Well, the first one is covered with this haphazard trail of large red feathers, crimson, like blood on snow. The other one is dotted with a strange tarry substance. It reeks of sweat.
I'm gonna like just kind of glance over my shoulder. Do I still see Vasily and Vargas?
No. If they did not follow you, you do not see them.
Oh, I would kind of I would follow her, but just, a little farther back.
Yeah, I didn't hear any screams, so I would follow her too.
Then yes, you do see Vasily and Vargas as they emerge from the fog bank.
Okay. Well, there's some trails. One looks kind of icky. One looks also kind of icky, but like in a pretty way. That one I'm referring to the feathers.
Yeah, that's what I
Just to clarify.
I would like to walk up to each path and kind of take some feathers and put some in one vial and take some of that tar and put some in another, because I have empty vials in my belt, and kind of to keep those for later to test them.
I'm going to use Mage Hand and pick up a little feather.
Okay.
Kind of like inspect it.
Okay. Would you like to do intelligence, or would you like to do an investigation check or a perception check?
I will do perception. Ooh, that's really good. 23.
23 is enough to tell you that the feather, at least, there's something about it that makes you incredibly anxious.
My mage hand like drops it.
Yeah, you think that if you follow this trail, you will find the source of that anxiety.
Okay, I'm going to use Mage Hand again to poke the like gooey stuff on the other trail.
All right.
See if I have the
Perception
same
or
feeling.
investigation.
Well, that's pretty good. 19.
As your mage hand touches that droplet, all of the color seeps from it. It almost starts to dissipate. There's something that fills you, just this melancholy. And then nothing. And you think for a moment, probably whatever causes that is at the end of this trail. But is it worth it?
Okay. Well, both of these are giving me kind of a bad feeling. But I don't know if we have any other options. Julia, we're going to have to pick one, I think.
Vasily kind of looks at both, and the red one kind of reminds her of Mercy, so she kind of says, let's do that. Let's go that way.
Okay. Vargas, what do you think?
I agree with Vasily. We should go the weird red feather things.
Okay. Let's do it.
I feel like Vargas and Vasily are both staring at Constantina like, all right,
No,
go.
leave the
Yeah.
going. Yep.
Okay.
This is your special day. Let's.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're here to support you.
I can't believe the person with the high AC is not here.
I know.
This is going to be excellent.
Exhaust.
Hey. Okay.
So-
Well, I take a step. I feel like my inspection of the feather, like I'm anticipating like kind of a pang of anxiety to take effect, like when I step. I don't know if that happens or not, but I'm like kind of bracing myself for that.
I think that with a 23, whenever you were examining the feathers earlier, you realized that it was manufactured. So you don't feel that pang that you felt when you touched those feathers.
Okay. Okay.
So the trail of mangy red feathers leads to a hollow of trees, and each of these trees has black, drooping leaves, these covered in skin-tearing briars, and themselves they have these sloughing, bloody bark. As you walk, this air starts to grow warm, almost stifling, hard to breathe. It weighs on your chest, and the shadows begin to jump and flicker. There's an unmistakable tingle of tiny legs crawling across your flesh. And it assaults your senses as these leaves and boughs bear down all around. There's some frustrated crying ahead, and it's punctuated by a guttural cackling near the end of this trail. You can hear the buzz of this insectoid energy, and by the time that you've been on this trail for several minutes, everything, your skin is crawling with this frantic energy the deeper you go into this forest. Constantina, you know that this is manufactured, that this isn't real, but it feels real.
Yep. I'm going to try to focus on the crying and like make my way toward whoever is crying. Trying to like really make that like the center focus to try to weed out everything else that's happening.
Yeah. As you start to come into this opening in the trees, even though it's been bearing down around you for so long, so long, there's this crawling on and in your skin, this so hard to breathe in here. It's so hard. It's gasping breaths in here. There's still this cackling that grows louder and louder and louder until suddenly you see a creature in the branches of the trees.
Like an animal, or does it look humanoid?
It is humanoid, but there's still this cascade of mangy red feathers that comes down from the boughs of the trees. They look very similar in build, in design to Peregrine, the navigator that you met on the crew, on the deck of the Endurance.
Okay. Does it seem like scared or like hostile?
The opposite of scared, though perhaps not so different. It's definitely hostile, but less hostile and more simply antagonistic. It is laughing above a suspended cage of a woman crying.
Do I see how high? So like the cage is like above like me? Or like suspended off the ground?
Yeah, it's pretty high above you. I'd say probably 40 or 50 feet.
Okay. Does it look like if I climbed the tree that I would be able to get to the cage?
If you would like to attempt to climb the tree, you can. When you approach the tree, you can see the briars growing longer, even as you stare at it, and shadows are darting around the room around the clearing from the corners of your eyes. Suddenly, as you get closer to these trees, it feels like they're closing in on you.
I'm going to, let's see, hang on.
It is at this moment that the creature in the branches notices you all. And they don't speak to you, but they do. And you see them leap to another branch, and they take the tiniest of seeds and flick them onto the ground.
Not seeds again. We've been through this.
They're your favorite. As they flick these seeds onto the ground begins to shake. It begins to erupt, and you can feel the earth beneath you growing unsteady.
Okay, I'm going to. So I know there's like trees like kind of surrounding me. Am I still able to see Vasily and Vargas at all?
Look for them.
I try to look through, kind of like also like hold my hands up, which is kind of like my like subconscious way to like fend off things that are like closing in around me.
You start to look, and did they leave you?
I can't imagine they would, but I don't see them.
They probably didn't. They probably didn't leave you. Who would leave you?
Oh, well, I wouldn't. I mean, I know they don't like me very much, but I know I feel like since we're all here together that they wouldn't just abandon me here.
Of course not. They wouldn't abandon you. It's not like you're dangerous.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they think I'm. I don't know. Maybe they think I'm dangerous, but they don't.
You're dangerous? Why would they think that?
I mean, now that I'm like a jackal-wearer and I have all these like things that I don't know how to control yet, but I wouldn't hurt anyone.
Well, that shouldn't be it, right? I mean, it's not like you haven't been honest with them. You told them you were a jackal-wearer.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had time to learn how to, manage it and control it. But I don't know. I would never hurt anyone, and I hope that they would know that.
You would never hurt anyone, and now you can't hurt anyone at all. You're here, and they're not.
Well, maybe I still could. I could hurt someone who's hurting somebody else, I guess, if that's necessary. I just want to get that person out of the cage. I don't know if there's a way to do that without hurting somebody in the process.
Maybe no matter what you do, you hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all you are.
I can't.
Maybe that's all monsters are.
I don't.
I mean, Vasily saw that, right? And she would know.
Well, yes. I don't know. I don't feel. Sometimes I feel like a monster even when I'm not the jackal-wearer, but I don't know. I think I have control over it. I try to have control over impulse because I'm not always very good at it.
How do you feel right now, Ashley?
Stressed. Yeah. I definitely feel submerged in kind of the chaos of all of these thoughts, but I'm trying extremely hard to keep focused on why I'm here.
Exactly. So what do we do whenever we need to look at our anxieties and remind ourselves, are they real?
No, and I know that this is a manifestation. I know that I am making it worse by spiraling. I try to just close my eyes, I put my hands down, and I just take a deep breath.
You take a deep breath and you can feel your chest expanding, and you can feel the trees expanding around you.
Do I sense that they are kind of ebbing or coming in closer?
They're starting to ebb as
Okay.
you start to confront this anxiety with the knowledge that it is not real.
Okay. When I feel the trees start to move, that gives me kind of a wave of, not strength, but I'm okay, I do have some level of control over this. So I take another deep breath. I don't put my hands up. Like, this isn't real. This isn't real. And I just like
Right.
repeat that as a mantra.
It's not real. And as you start to repeat that, you see the shimmering forms of Vasily and Vargas in the distance. Vargas, as you see this rumble of earth beneath you, it starts to erupt. And previously, when you had faced fears, it erupted in flames. But there's no flames here. Just smoke.
Do I see anything else, or just the? Can I differentiate between the smoke and the fog?
Would you like to take a look?
Yeah.
Would you like to do investigation, or would you like to do perception?
It's a 1, so I don't think it matters.
You're doing great, sweetie.
So, with a 1, I will say that it's difficult to differentiate the smoke from the fog, and it begins to obscure Vasily and Konstantina from your sight. What it doesn't obscure is this loneliness. What it doesn't obscure is this disappointment. You thought that this was going to be something that mattered. And it doesn't. Claudia's not here. If this was important, she would have come. Mercy didn't come. Firan's not even here. Nothing that you do matters.
Do real, fam.
You okay? All right.
If I look around, like, do I see anything? Do I care if I see anything?
Do you care if you see anything?
No, I don't. There are no answers here. There's
no
nothing.
answers. You'll be here forever. Right where they left you.
Yeah. Just a constant cycle of disappointment. It's gonna be here forever. I guess that's fine. I mean, not everybody can get what they want all the time.
And of course, you don't even deserve to get what you want, do you? I mean, look at you. Father didn't want you. Mother didn't want you. I mean, was the point when you had sisters, right?
Yeah.
Sisters were worth something. What are you worth?
Not much. Well, really nothing. I mean, I have 3 sisters. I don't. Accidents happen, you know.
I mean, Claudia only came to you because you fucked up, right?
Yeah.
And now you're just here, smoke and embers. If it were a fire, that would at least be something. Fires are useful. Smokes are just
Bothersome.
bothersome.
Bothersome. Inconvenient.
No substance.
Can I try and walk through the smoke a little bit, see if I see anything else? Not that it would matter, but...
You can do that. As you, Hadeel, start to feel anxiety outside of game and outside of this moment, how do you typically deal with it whenever anxiety starts telling you that you're not good enough?
I will say sometimes it's hard, but the thing with being good enough, it's like a constantly moving goalpost. You're never going to get there if you think that you're going to get there. So you just don't have to aim for it. Your personal good enough will probably never be good enough if you're as hard on yourself as I am. So as long as you're just, doing your best, that is actually good enough. You can't rely on other people to tell you what good enough is.
Constantina, you see Vargas, and he seems to be wandering around as though blinded, as though he can't find his own way. How do you react?
Very relieved to see Vargas. I'm going to call out for him.
How would you like to help him when you call out?
I'm going to kind of leave what I assume was kind of this like thicket of tree, like branches and stuff around me. Like that's kind of how I'm envisioning it. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Like these branches that have kind of moved out of my way, I guess. But I would like to, not quickly, I would like to just kind of approach him and say, Vargas, why don't we stick together here?
Do I hear her?
Do you want to hear her?
I do.
Then yes.
Okay. I snap to.
When you snap to, you see Constantina's form in the smoke, and you remember she can move through almost anything she wants. She could go through anywhere to get to you.
That's a nice feeling. I will make it a point to move closer to her, but I won't be obvious about it. I'll be very smooth and cool about it. I'm just looking around. Yeah, I just want to see if there's anything.
As you do, the smoke is starting to dissipate. It turns from smoky, that deep black and charcoal gray to almost white when you have kindling that's still a little damp. You can see through it, and you can see Vasily's form. Vasily?
It's time for some Vasily dragon. As per usual.
I let y'all drag yourselves.
Yeah, these are cell phones, Kayla. Those are rare.
Vasily, as a seed plants itself in the ground, you see it begin to grow up, and it grows, and it's so fast. There's nothing you can do to stop it from shaping itself into the wooden hull of a ship. And as you turn around and you're looking, you're inside this ship, you're inside this cabin, you're beside a bed in your pajamas, and Mercy's laying there next to you. Mercy's not having a very good dream, is she, Vasily?
No, she looks like she's almost crying in her sleep. She's tossing around.
And Mercy, there's something so beautiful about that volatility of nature, that storm trapped inside of not a human form, but a storm made mortal. Isn't that so interesting, the way that nature contains that, and it's threatening to break that gauntlet that you've worked so hard on. She depends on you, doesn't she?
I like to think so. I hope so.
I mean, who else would fix this gauntlet if something happened to it?
No one. I made it. I'm very smart and cool, and I made it, and nobody else can. So nobody else knows how to fix it.
Nobody else knows how to fix this gauntlet. What happens if it breaks now? What happens to Mercy if it breaks now and all that power is unleashed?
It could hurt her.
Could hurt her.
Probably would.
Well, you should fix it, right?
Yes.
Where are those tools?
I reach down for my tool belt.
What tool belt?
Oh boy. I just start frantically patting where. Then I just go and look under the bed.
As you're looking under the bed, the door to the cabin opens.
I turn back
You
and look.
see the silhouette of... Is that Constantina? Who is that? Who's walking into the room?
I don't know. I don't know. I kind of scoot back from under the bed since there's nothing under there and look and see who it is.
So from under the bed, you can see from the waist down, and It's pants and boots, but it's difficult to know who it is. You feel the weight of the bed sag as they sit next to Mercy, and you can hear them. It's all right. I'm here if you need me. And the storm stops.
And does it sound like it's Constantina?
It could be Constantina.
I want to crawl out and confront this person.
When you crawl out, this person on Mercy's bed looks at you. They don't even see you. You're not there. They don't need you. And you like to be needed, don't you, Vasily?
I mean, as much as anybody likes it, I guess.
How are you doing, Kayla?
Oh, I'm good.
How's Vasily?
Not great. She's a little sweaty. She's freaking out a little bit because she does. I mean, she doesn't want to admit it, but it's very clear that she wants Mercy to rely on her because she kind of emotionally relies on Mercy. So to feel that it's very one-sided and that she's not needed, to not have that really physical tie is very shattering to her. She feels very alone and very singled out.
Well, of course. I mean, who would keep you around if they didn't absolutely need you, right?
No one. I mean, that's happened before.
As you think about this, the floor begins to crumble beneath you. It begins to splinter as this ship sinks.
This is fine.
This is fine. How do you deal with that in real life, Kayla, when you have this feeling of people keeping you around only because of what you can give them?
Sometimes not incredibly well, and that's okay. Sometimes that's not a feeling that I feel like I can tackle, but the days that I feel like that and that I'm strong enough to deal with it, I kind of think about how I've forged these bonds with people and how they do truly matter for more than just material reasons, and kind of think through my value as a person to myself as well as to others, and that it does not just lie in like one or two tangible things. It lies in me as an individual and what I bring to the table.
And how would you suggest Vasily deals with this right now as she's feeling this, as she's feeling the ship splinter beneath her feet? How will she confront this anxiety in a healthy way?
She'll kind of probably crawl back under the bed and curl up into a little ball and think about how she met Mercy and the things that she and Mercy have been through.
Because it was Mercy who introduced that friendship first, right? Before she ever knew that she would need Vasily.
Yes. So she has to have some value, or Mercy wouldn't have kept her around this long. More than, because they were friends before the gauntlet was even made. So It's not the only thing that matters.
And as she acknowledges that this isn't the only thing between them, that it's not something, her value doesn't lie in what she can make for others, the ship begins to dissolve around her. And she finds herself on the ground and Constantina and Vargas nearby.
I'll kind of stumble over to them quickly.
Now, as you're...
I'm still here, by the way, but my camera is not working.
Oh no! Does it have an X through it on the little bottom part where it says start and stop video? Well, okay. So, as the two of you have confronted these sort of personified anxieties, this creature, this sort of bird-like creature, capers between the branches, and it leaps and starts taunting you, telling you that the mind is theirs. This mind is mine. It's broken. It's mine. Roll initiative.
Ooh.
12.
Oh, jeez.
4.
I got a 13. What'd you get, Constantina?
Yeah, 1 second. Sorry, none of my stuff is working.
Oh,
No problem.
Can you? I'm assuming you can still hear me though.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we can
Okay.
see the word that is your name, so you're still here.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the? Can you give me a little bit of context for what just?
So
what I need to roll for?
you have just confronted your personified anxieties, and now this creature is jumping from tree to tree and taunting you. I need you to roll initiative for me.
Okay.
Let me know if you beat a 13.
I do not. I got a 3.
Okay, so I had the 13. Is that right?
Yeah, you're the strongest of us all.
I know. I'm a monster. So this creature begins to single out Vargas first, and begins to weave its hands into a spell. And it says, Vargas, come on, I'm your only friend. It's not like you've never betrayed anybody before. Come on. And tries to
Counter
cast.
spell.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's awesome. You did it, Vargas. Yay. Yeah, the magic that it's starting to weave dissipates in air. All right, Vargas, I'm going to popcorn to you.
Okay. I cast Eldritch Blast because of course I do. Again, the person that cast Eldritch Blast was a different person.
Not you.
Not.
It was me. So it was 18.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits.
And then 1d10 for each one. So 7 and 7. So 14.
Oh, yeah. That's some good stuff. And you can hear it cackling and... Sorry, I'm burpy today. You can hear it cackling and sort of screaming, wailing as it jumps from branch to branch. All right, Vargas, who are you popcorning to?
I'm going to popcorn to... Constantina, are you okay for me to popcorn to you, or?
Nah. She's having some tech issues. She said she'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I didn't see that. Yeah, so Kayla Vosley.
Am I within 30 feet of the person in the cage? Which I assume is our target.
She's about 40 feet above you.
Okay. Well, that ruins my plan. Okay. I would like to walk up to Vargas and kind of grab his arm and cast resistance on him.
Okay.
Which I assume would be Vasily actually giving someone a compliment, would be how she casts it. Like, I like your shirt. And it will give you... you can roll when you do... well, let me read it. Once before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one saving throw of its choice.
Okay. I'll get my D4 out.
So there are specific rules built into the world of this mindscape. I will permit a D8 instead of a D4.
Ooh!
Because you have helped somebody who is having trouble, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Actions to help your fellow players are doubled.
Nice.
Thanks, bud. You the best.
Yeah, well, whatever. Your
Oh.
shirt's nice, so I just thought I'd tell you.
It's a nice shirt. Yes, thank you.
And I will go ahead and pass to Constantina since she is now with us.
All right.
I think I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a little echoey, but this is fine.
Yeah, it might be you need to maybe like reselect your mic or something. Sounds like maybe picking something else up.
Is that
I wouldn't worry. About
Yeah, that's better.
better now?
Much
Okay.
better.
yeah, sorry about that.
No problem.
Okay, so I missed a few things.
I
I know we're
just
fighting things.
yes. I just cast resistance on Vargas. Vargas Eldritch blasted, and then I passed to you. So
Okay. I will do I'll do Dissonant Whispers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Okay. I guess I will try that. I will do it at level 2. So the target has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Look.
listen.
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 I'm sorry. What is the damage for Dissonant Whispers?
What did you get?
I got a 7, so
Got it. Okay. Sorry.
no, it's fine. I
I
didn't
said-
tell you. I just expected you to psychically intuit it.
Got it. Okay. Let's see real quick. So that is 2. And so that is 5, 8. Okay. So that is 8 points of psychic damage.
Okay. All right. So as you do that, it cackles again, and then it continues to bellow through the trees as it screeches and jumps through the trees, shaking this forest violently. And it keeps screaming, "This mind is broken. You cannot have it." Who are you going to popcorn to, Constantina? It's the beginning of the next round.
And has the creature gone yet?
It went first last round.
Okay. I will, and actually, as a bonus action, I would like to give a bardic inspiration to Vargas.
Yay.
What's
Yay.
the D6? What's the dice on that?
It is 1d8.
I will permit a D12.
Ooh.
We're just like buffing the crap out of Barry.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I will popcorn to. I'll popcorn to Vargas since that's the first person I saw after my anxiety tree thing.
Okay. I'll do another Eldritch Blast because that's all I can do.
If it works, it works.
Yeah. Right now.
It's like your sword when you think about it.
Well, I lost my sword, if you remember.
Well, I mean, okay, look, I do remember.
Gotta-
it up.
17.
Oh yeah, 17.
That's a D10. It's a 9 and a 7. I don't know what that is. Somebody has
16.
to. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
Can't do math. I'm not paid high enough to do math.
This creature stumbles in the branches above you, and you can hear it squawk in pain. Who are you popcorning to?
I am going to go back to. Well, I better do the creature, so I can't go twice. Yeah.
All right. So this time, this creature tries to single out Constantina
No.
and begins to wave its hands and starts to cast again. But this isn't a spell. It looks upon you, and I need you to make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I just made 13. I got an 11, and I have +2.
Nice. Meets it, beats it. You avoid its fear gaze.
Okay.
Yeah, you start to feel like the prickle of that fear come over you, but you were able to fight off your own anxieties. You were able to not get led astray on the path here. How do you fight this fear that it's trying to instill in you?
I am aware that everything here is like I can make it worse or I can make it better for myself. So I just like don't let it like have any like take effect.
Yeah, put your game face on.
Yeah. This is my game face.
All right, it's gonna popcorn to Vasily.
Okay. I would like to cast suggestion on this creature, and that's also a concentration spell. So, but I now have dual focus, and dual focus means that I have to make concentration checks if I take damage, and when concentrating on 2 spells, I need to make a Constitution saving throw. So, do you want me to do that if I successfully cast suggestion?
If you cast suggestion, you shouldn't have to take any concentration saves until after you're damaged after casting it.
Okay. So I would like to attempt to cast suggestion, which is a wisdom saving throw of 14.
All right, it makes a 16.
Okay, so I guess I don't do anything.
All right, would you like to move or anything like that?
Just behind Vargas. And I would like to kind of grumble to him, like, hey, I'm just trying to get this cage lowered. I think we should get this cage lowered. If there's anything that you can do to do that, because obviously I'm useless right now. Ugh. And then that's my turn, and I'll popcorn to Vargas.
Vargas is gone this round. It's Constantina's turn.
I will pretend I said all that to Constantina, and then popcorn to Constantina.
Yeah, so my goal is also to get that cage down.
All right.
So can I what's the scene currently?
So the scene currently is, I assume, the 3 of you within 5 feet of each other, and this creature jumping from branch to branch.
Okay.
The cage is suspended about 40 feet above you on a chain in the treetops.
Okay. I'm going to try to... I want to use my action to try to like lower the cage.
Okay.
Could I use like mage hand to try to... Or to try to open the... Is there like a door on the cage like that can be...
It's locked up tight, but I will say that you use mage hand to try and help Jenna, who's in the cage. Is that... Okay, I will allow that. And the cage begins to lower. And you can hear this creature screaming from branch to branch as you begin to lower the cage to the ground. It will take a full round for it to come down.
Okay.
So 30 feet.
All right, I will spend my full action doing that, but I will use my bonus action to give Vasily Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. I will permit a D12 for Vasily as well for Bardic Inspiration.
Yay. I need it.
And that is my turn, so I will popcorn 2. So is this the end of the round?
Top of the round.
Or top of the, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll go to the creature just to get it out of the way.
All right, so the creature will go first in this round. That's fine. So the creature will start to... it will activate one of its lair actions, which will send another tremor through this clearing in a 60-foot radius. All of you need to make me a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone.
And don't forget, you have that resistance that I gave you for saving throws. I got a 17.
Okay.
Oh, you're muted.
I got an 11.
Is that with the resistance?
Yes. I got a 3 before, so.
Oh. Okay, and what'd you get, Constantina?
12.
Okay, Vargas is knocked prone.
I laugh in character.
Constantina is also knocked prone. Sorry.
Oh, I also laugh in character as they fall on their butts.
We do, yeah.
All right. And then it's going to move away from you all again, back into the trees, and attempt to hide. I'm going to popcorn to one of my prone babies, Constantino. Let's popcorn back to you.
Okay, so for the cage, so is it on the ground, lower to the ground?
Yeah, it should be on the ground now.
Okay. I'm going to, well, I guess do I have to use my movement to get up on my feet after being prone?
Yeah, you use half your movement.
Okay. I will use half my movement to get up. And can I help Vargas up in the same turn? Or will that use my full action?
You can use the help action. I will say, because we've been doing this thing where like help does a lot for your people, I will permit you. Nah, there's not really any way to do a half action, so
that's okay. Basically, what I was okay. I'll come back to Vargas, but I'm going to go to the cage and try to open.
Okay, move 15 feet to the cage. Yeah. Okay, so how would you like to help her out of the cage?
So it seems like it's very like kind of tightly.
It's locked up very tight. When she sees you outside of the cage, she's very much in fear, and her eyes just dart back and forth to this creature jumping through the branches.
Okay.
She stays at the back of the cage, away from the door.
I'm going to get you out of here, I promise. Are there locks, or is it more like there's like?
Yeah, it's a bunch of chains all around it, and she shivers in the back. She's like, "Not while it's out there."
Okay, I'll leave you here, but I just wanted to make sure that you weren't still in the tree. Knowing that, I will go and can I help Vargas up using the rest of my?
I'm gonna say you've moved all your you've used all your movement.
Yeah, and probably my action, or do I still get it?
Yeah, I don't think you've used your action, but you can help him up. Since there wasn't anything you could do, you just had like a short conversation. So,
right.
Yeah. So yeah,
okay.
You can help Vargas to his feet. So Vargas will start his next action or his next turn standing up, not prone.
Okay. Yep, that's what I want to do.
I meant for that to come out a lot smoother than it did, but it didn't, and that's fine. It's not perfect, but it is free.
I was just trying to like figure out exactly what I was doing within like the whole 6 seconds of the round. So yeah, okay, so that'll be my turn. And can I popcorn to Vargas?
Yes, you can absolutely do that.
Okay, so the cage is lowered, and she doesn't want to come out while the thing is out there. Do I still have eyes on the creature?
It's trying to hide, but you can still see it.
All right, another Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, do it.
I'm a one-trick pony.
If the trick works.
That's an 8, so it doesn't work. Wait, hold on. I have my inspiration.
Yeah, do that.
16.
Yeah, it works.
Okay, so it's 10, 7, and 6.
Yes, and as you strike it, you can all hear this like indignant squawk and then a shriek of pain as it goes through the branches and collapses onto the ground in just this of bright red ash. The cage around Jenna similarly starts to crumble into ash.
Does Jenna look hurt?
She's not hurt, just frightened.
Okay.
She stands up, and you can tell that she's very relieved for perhaps the first time in a long time, and she starts to dissipate.
Oh.
You have all gained the effects of a short rest.
Oh.
Cool. Okay.
A pathway opens through these brambles now, leading back towards the Arboretum.
Well,
Could have at least gotten a thank you for all this trouble, but whatever. Let's get out of
Typical.
here. Typical.
Typical. All right.
are either of you, or I guess I'm Carrie, are either of you hurt? Did anyone?
No, we're fine.
Okay. Shall we get back?
Yes, please, please.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just don't like it here.
I
Do
know.
you like it here? It's the worst.
Yeah, it's not great.
I gave Vargas a compliment. I need to get out of here.
That's
I know.
all right.
I'm worried about you now.
I know. Growth.
Growth.
So the three of you continue back towards the crossroads in the stoneware path, and you see that there's still the dozens of pathways, but still the one with the tarry droplets along it. What would you like to do?
Well, weren't we told that once we were done, we would be taken out of here? So I don't think we can leave until we're actually done.
Well, we made it through that, so I don't know, maybe it won't be too bad, but maybe we should stick together more than the other path. I feel like I got separated from you all very quickly.
Well, I don't know. Vasily moves like half a step closer to you. Is this better?
Yeah,
Okay.
that works.
An attempt was made.
I like kind of hold out my elbows in case anyone wants to link arms, but I do not say anything because there's no pressure to do so.
Vasily like pulls on her gloves for sure. Like she had taken them off to cast some spells and puts them back on, and then like touches your arm, like places her hand on your arm. Like, all right.
I like
right.
this. I like this because it's like Mercy isn't here, so it's like Vargas, Vasily, and Constantina learn empathy.
The gang learns empathy.
Learns empathy. That's the name of this. All right. So this tar-spattered trail leads to a dimly lit grotto, dotted with these blinking fireflies. And the grotto is composed of 3 distinct terraces, each of them lined with these bioluminescent succulents that glow a gentle green. Now, the bottom of the grotto is dominated by a jet black pool that consumes any light that touches it. You can see fluffy lounge chairs are sloppily arranged around the pool, each one occupied by a hazy gray humanoid figure. Now, Constantina, this sort of hazy grayness, you recognize this. This was similar to how Jenna appeared on the ship.
Hello? Do you need help? You know, maybe not being here?
They don't seem to answer. As you enter this grotto, at first it feels quiet and peaceful. There's something comforting about the laziness, about taking it slow, about sitting down and just not. But then it starts to grow heavy, this air, oppressive. And it starts to feel difficult even approaching these 3. Like it's not even worth it. Vargas, you felt this. Everybody make me a wisdom or constitution saving throw. Your choice.
Oh, 18.
5.
10.
Vargas and Constantina, you're both overcome with this wave of magical apathy. you start to sink. Vargas, you've lost a lot of coloration since dropping your facade not too long ago. But now, instead of this misty blue-gray, you're starting to become an ashen gray. Constantina, why did you even bother wearing this Vistani finery? It doesn't matter what it looks like because the color is seeping from it. This entire place feels empty. An emptiness that you get when you're hungry but you don't feel like eating. Sometimes you just want to feel that gnawing. You just want to feel something. And now it feels like there's nothing. There are 3 figures on these lounge chairs. And when Vasily meets them with the other 2 of you, they just all turn their head to Vasily and they say, I'm useless. I don't know why I even tried. I don't know why I thought I could save the farm by myself. I was too stupid. Who would trust me to fix anything?
I kind of look for Constantina like you're the pep talk gal. And do I see them kind of like looking weird? Do they look weird to me?
They look very strange to you.
I want to grab Constantina's arm and like shake it a little bit.
Constantina?
Yes?
I think what's wrong with you? What's happening?
I don't know. Do you need something?
Oh, no. Okay. I shake Vargas's arm. Maybe slap him a little.
I like, what?
Okay. I mean, I don't want to be here either, but you can have a better attitude about it. You two are supposed to be the better attitude crew.
It's not like it matters to you anyway, so.
Yeah.
Well,
You can't lecture us on bad attitudes, by the way.
Okay. So I want to cast. I don't know if this will do anything. I don't really have a lot of like helpy spells, but I do have Sanctuary, which is wards them against attack. But I don't know. It's not a mental attack or anything.
Yeah, for you, this doesn't feel like an attack. It just feels like the natural response of this area. Maybe it's because you're used to sort of warding yourself off from some emotions, but for whatever reason, Vargas and Constantina weren't ready to confront this.
I want to walk up to the figures in the chairs and be like, what is going on? Why are you, what happened?
I don't know why I thought that I would be able to do this. I was so stupid. What am I doing?
Do what? I need context.
The farm has been struggling for so long. The harvest hasn't been good for years. Why did I think that I could continue to do this? Why did I think that I could continue to be trusted? I can't do anything.
Well, what happened?
It failed. Like everything I do fails. It failed.
Your farm?
The farm is done. It's done. It's doomed.
Why is it doomed?
It's all my fault.
Why would you say it's doomed? Are the crops growing? Or
No, it's not doing what I want it to do. They're not growing. It's not making any money. It's doomed. It's just doomed.
It doesn't sound like it's doomed. It sounds like you need to make a new plan. Sometimes when I'm building things, they don't turn out the way I want them to, so I try something else. It's experimenting. It's science.
But if I failed this time, I'll just fail next time.
Yeah, that's how you learn to make something better or do better. That's how you make cool gauntlets for your friends.
I've never made a gauntlet.
Well, so, you know, I don't think you'd be able to, but, you know, stick to farming. It sounds like your forte.
And there's almost a smile there. I mean, I'm not terrible at it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, none of us are terrible at things all the time. But sometimes we are, and that's how we learn to be better.
There's something about her that changes, and this one starts to dissipate. Instead, one of the other ones looks at you and...
Ugh.
I don't even care. I don't care if the farm fails. Vargas and Constantina, you can make another wisdom or constitution saving throw. It doesn't hurt.
8.
It doesn't matter if the farm fails. Vargas and Constantina, what are you two doing as you feel this apathy start to drag you towards the lounge chairs? They look very comfortable.
I'm gonna sit in that chair. That looks comfy. I'm gonna sit in there.
Yeah, me too.
In the same chair?
Oh, I just sit on Vargas's lap.
Oh my god. Can I grab them and like be like, no, and like pull them away from the chairs?
You could try.
Okay, what do I do?
You can give me a strength athletics. Would you
Woo!
two like to oppose her or just ragdoll?
Oh, please.
I'm just ragdoll.
I'm a ragdoll like a toddler in a Lego store.
Ooh, okay, I got a 3. So reflecting on my real life.
They actually almost pull you down.
Oh,
Join us, Vasily.
no, those chairs look awful. They're like
Yeah.
lawn chairs. Those aren't comfortable. Your butt's gonna hurt in like 5 seconds.
Yeah. There's a little gray, sad-faced flamingo beside the chairs.
Oh, I want it.
I know. I wanted to as I was saying it. I was like, dang, that sounds awesome.
Okay, I'm just gonna give up on them and run over to this other shimmery jerk and be like, what is wrong with you? What are you thinking?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I think.
You're a sentient being. It matters what you think. It matters what you do.
Why?
Because you're alive and you matter to the people around you.
Do I matter to you?
Well, I mean, I don't know you. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe if I got to know you, you could tell me more about yourself or something. But right now, I don't know you, and whatever's happening here is affecting my friends. When you get like this, when you get depressed and you drag other people down, you know, this matters. Like, the fact that you're sad right now matters. It's affecting other people. Just like if you're happy, you're going to make the people around you happy.
I don't know. I feel like that's just a waste of time. Like, what if people get to know me and they just go?
But then they
Like,
weren't
you're
worth
gonna
your
lose-
time.
I don't know. Doesn't feel like it's worth it.
What's not worth it?
You know, getting up, trying.
Well, I feel like that a lot too, but that's not true. Do you have family? Do you have friends?
Yeah, I've got 2 boys and a husband.
Well, what would they do if you just disappeared?
I mean, they'd probably be better off, right?
No. What do you do? Do they rely on you every day? When you're happy, are they happy?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Quit being dumb. Come on. You gotta get that. You have a farm. You have stuff to grow.
I mean, they relied on me and then I let them down, so
Oh,
I'm sure somebody else could do it better.
we all let people down, okay? I let myself down every day, and also my friends, but they still keep me around.
Why?
I mean,
She is kind of a downer. Yeah.
oh, shut up. I don't know, because I contribute in other ways more than I mess things up, I guess, sometimes.
Yeah. I guess I could try again.
Yeah.
As she says that, she begins to dissipate as well. Vargas and Constantina, you can make another wisdom or constitution saving throw.
You're gonna be 23 now.
Nice.
I got a 4.
Which of you wants to take the last figure on a chair?
Oh my god, let me rest. Let Vasily rest. She's like
Vasily has
so
done a lot
sweaty.
of empathy
She's
today.
like, oh god.
Part of me wants to like put on Vasily's like goggles that look like sunglasses and be like, "You got this."
No. She's like really sweaty and tired. Like this was like
Now
more than
Vargas
she
takes
does.
out like a tanning.
Yeah, like one of those like foil things. Like, you got this.
No.
You see the color start to return to both of them. And the third person on the chair, why can't I do this? Everybody else seems to handle this and I just can't. I mean, look at her. She's got all these problems and she's doing fine. She indicates Vasily.
Oh, yeah, she's got a lot of problems. I don't know if I would say doing fine, but here's
wouldn't
I'm gonna
either.
give you a secret. Nobody knows what they're doing. I don't. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
I mean, you say it's no big deal, but look where you are. You're here devoting all this time to me.
Yeah, well, you know. No big deal.
It feels like a pretty big deal. I mean, why would you spend all that time for somebody that you don't even know? And I can't even keep together one farm. And then when it fails, I just lose it. I just crumble into 1,000 pieces. Nobody else acts like that. Just me. How could I be so selfish?
I don't know a ton about farming. That's for other people. But I feel like you're probably not the only person that has failed once at their farm, or even twice, or maybe like 1,000 times. But you just gotta keep doing it. I fail at things all the time. I just keep doing it.
Just doesn't make any sense. I should be able to handle this. I shouldn't need help from strangers.
Ah, well. What can you do? I mean, if nobody helped anybody, that wouldn't be so great. Probably.
I just don't see a way out of this.
Well, I mean, okay. So what would you like to do? Like, let's see if maybe farming doesn't work out. You could become like, I don't know, something else. You could try something else. But I feel like the farm failing is probably not your fault.
Yeah, we've had 2 seasons fail, and it's just... The loans are due. I just don't know what to do. It all feels so big, and I'm an adult. I should be able to handle this, but I just don't want to do anything. I just want to give up. Who acts like that?
Literally everyone I've met. If it helps at all. The thing about being an adult, whatever that means, is nobody tells you that it's hard. It's hard. You don't have people to take care of you anymore. I myself have never had anybody to take care of me, but I feel like farming seems pretty hard. I don't do it myself again, but you're relying on a lot of other factors. I feel like being a farmer is like you're relying on help from strangers a lot. Mostly because you can't control the weather. I've tried. Did not go well. Started a small-scale fire.
And she laughs at that. She thinks it's very funny. She doesn't know whether or not you're being literal, but she does think it's funny. She sets a hand on your hand and you're right. It's not my fault.
Give it an old Bard College try, you know? It's not your fault. I mean, you can't make it rain. I know some people who can. Maybe you could ask them, can you make it rain? I don't know what's required from a farm. I'm sorry.
And she laughs again, and she's like, it's not my fault. And as she says that, she also begins to dissipate. And a figure starts to break the surface of the pool.
She gonna hand a sword out, or
Yeah, ooh.
Roll initiative again.
No.
No.
I got an 18 that time.
Ooh.
Nice.
I did not beat an 18.
Yeah, let me know if you beat a 19. Vargas, you're top of the initiative as this creature, this serpentine column of darkness begins to rise from the center of the pool.
I mean, do I know automatically that it's hostile?
Does it just need a little pep talk?
Yeah,
Roll
just
me an
because something's
insight.
dark doesn't mean it's evil. I'm just saying.
That is true. Unfortunately, the bottom line of a different type of module. Yeah, you can roll insight.
Okay, I'm gonna roll in some insight. Let's see.
I'll let you roll insight as a free action.
Oh, bless you. It's gonna be a 14.
It's hostile.
Let's see. I would like to try and let's see. I'm gonna try and cast friends on it.
Ooh.
Yeah, go for it.
So I think it needs to make a. Let's see. Oh wait, no. This is not what I thought it was.
Yeah, after a minute, it hates you, so...
Yeah. Read your spells, kids. I will try suggestion. That is the one that I wanted to try. Actually, this is a mistake. I will just cast Eldritch Blast. I don't know. Roll 17. This is really fun.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so a total of 12.
Okay, cool.
I don't know where to go from there. I'm like, suggestion. Suggested to do what? I don't know.
I don't know, not with us.
Have you tried not being depressed? Have you tried yoga?
I'm about to cast a silence spell on that deal. Popcorn over. Who's next? Are you moving or anything?
I will. No, I'm scared. It feels like a leading question. I will popcorn to this monster to figure out what it is.
Okay. Yeah, this monster will activate one of its lair actions.
Cool. Activate its trap card. Neat.
And I'm sorry. I was just having a good time. So there's going to be a cloud of swarming insects that
I thought you were going to say infants.
Infants.
Hadeel loves this, and I'm like, I would like to hold all of these babies.
It's like, please let me hold these babies.
Yeah.
Swarming insects. They fill a 20-foot radius sphere centered. We'll center it on Vargas since Vargas shot first.
Again, it was another person, someone who looks remarkably like me. Also, when you said swarm of infants, I don't know if you've ever seen that statue in like Romania where it's a guy being attacked by 1,000 babies.
No.
I'm so mad.
Google it, it's great. Anyway.
If you're within 10 feet of Vargas, please make a Constitution saving throw. Let me know if it's below a 15.
Sorry, fam.
Yep, minus 7.
Yeah, I got a 14.
Okay.
Almost fell off my stool.
Would you roll, Vargas?
I don't think numbers matter.
Everyone takes 10 piercing damage all around from these biting insects.
Numbers are not real.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Numbers are real. I'm going to popcorn to Vasily.
Okay. I am going to, I guess, cast Firebolt. Try to throw my bolt of black flame. Never mind. It was an 8.
Well, yeah, it just bounces off. What would you like to do?
I would like to back away 10 feet
Okay.
and popcorn
Smart
to Constantina.
Okay. So the figure like rose out of the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. And how big is the pool?
You know what? I'm going to say the pool is 15 feet across.
Okay. And has a creature hasn't moved toward us yet, right?
Mm-mm. It's in the center of the pool.
Okay. I'm going to cast Shatter, focusing the radius, like sphere, on like the creature. So I don't want it to affect anyone else around it.
Yes, speak to me.
So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw, beating a 15.
No.
Okay. All right. So that is 16 points of thunder damage.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
And that was, I used my second level spell slot for that.
Oh goodness.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, it takes the whole deal. All right.
I
What
imagine
would you
it.
like to do next?
I would like to give Bardic Inspiration to Vasily.
Mm-hmm. We'll do a D12.
Yes.
Okay. And that is going to be my turn. So I will popcorn to. Are we at top of the round? No.
Yeah, it'll be top of the round, but if you end your turn in the swarm, you're gonna take
Oh.
piercing.
Shit. Forgot about that. I was excited about using Shatter. I will. Well, if I move out of it, it'll also give me the opportunity attack, right? I mean, that's
No,
fair.
I don't think so. It's in the center of the pool, so you'd just be moving around the pool.
I see.
Yeah, along
okay.
the pool. You're not disengaging.
Correct. Yeah. I will. Okay. I will move like 10 feet. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of where Vasily moved.
Yeah, that's fine. Who would you like to popcorn to for the top of the round?
I guess I will do the creepy pool creature.
Okay. The creepy pool creature is going to cast Lightning Bolt. And it's going to center it on Vasily, who it recognized as attempting to cast a spell, and was very spooky. So, Vasily,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a dex save.
Okay. I'm sure if everything will be fine.
Things are going well.
I critically failed. It was almost a 19, and then the dice went boop, and it was on in this one. So,
Oh boy.
oh boy,
This is how I reward your empathy.
I know I'm very sweaty in real life from all that
Are
caring.
you doing okay?
Yeah.
From all the caring.
Can I do cutting words on the damage?
Can you affect somebody else with it?
As a reaction, when a creature you can see within 60 feet makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, it's a reaction. So yes, it's just a creature that I can see.
Yes, I will allow it.
Okay. So I'm going to use one of my, this requires expending a Bardic Inspiration. So I'm going to roll a D8, or should I do, I must have missed
It's D12, you're helping her.
Okay. So I will do a D12 instead. And this will remove 11 points from whatever the damage is.
Oh, thank you. Jeez.
19, 23. So the damage was 23. So it is 12.
Oh my gosh, thank
Cutting
you.
words.
Whew.
Your friend helped you.
Thanks, I guess.
All right. It will snarl angrily as you essentially, how do you shield her with cutting words? How do you shield her?
I like to think that it's kind of like both a physical reaction for me, almost like throwing out my arm as if that's going to do anything. But when doing so, it kind of like sends this like kind of almost like invisible like shield that repels some of the.
Yeah, essentially you have looked into Vasily's future and you have twisted her threads of fate to make it so that she is not as damaged as hard. And this creature sees it and it snarls, but it will popcorn to... Did we already do Constantina this round?
I think she was the end
No,
of the
Constantina
last round.
chose me. Let's do Vargas.
I would like to first move out of the bug swarm very far away.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a Mission Impossible roll.
I will say, go ahead and roll for that bug swarm real quick. It's Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw? 18.
Okay, you take 5.
Okay.
Danger.
Danger. Is the swarm like an actual thing, or is it like magic? Is it physical?
I would say it is insects that have been conjured by magic, so they don't do magical damage, but...
All right. Well, I will do an Eldritch Blast. Again, I will do one ray at the swarm, and then another ray...
Oh, for targeting the swarm? I don't think you can target the swarm.
Oh, well...
Yeah, I think it's just a spell effect.
Okay, well... Got a 19.
Yeah.
For...
Do it.
Okay, 7 and 8.
All right. So, you do 15 more damage to this thing, and it's starting to look pretty toasty. Who would you like to popcorn to?
Has it gone this round?
It has.
It has. Okay. Vasily.
Okay. I would like to try to cast Firebolt again. And I have Bardic Inspiration, right?
Yeah.
So
it is a
adds
D12.
D12, okay. Why did I wear gloves? It just looks so cool. Oh boy. 15?
Yeah, 15. Meets it, beats it.
Okay. And I am going... Okay, so I can do 2d10s.
Lord.
That's a 10 and a 7. So 17.
Yeah, and it's looking real crispy. So go ahead and what would you like to do now?
I will popcorn to Constantina.
Mm-hmm. Constantina, you're getting the sense that one more good hit.
Okay. And what about the swarm of insects?
It's still there, but it's just kind of like, it hasn't, it can move the swarm on its turn. So.
Got it. Okay. I will once again do Shatter. So it needs to make a con saving throw.
Okay. Why did I put my dice away? Why did I do that? Like a fool.
Like a fool.
14.
That does not succeed.
Oh no!
Thunder damage!
Oh no! Here it comes!
Oh, whoopsies.
Oh Lord, it coming. Oh Lord, she coming.
Sorry. 10 points of thunder damage.
Gosh. Okay, so what's it look like? Speak to me.
So I hold out my hands and like this kind of like kind of almost like just a sound like reverberates out and just like encompasses this creature, and it kind of just like, I don't know, it's just this kind of I don't know the word I'm thinking of, but just like almost this like boom sound, and it kind of like resonates within it and kind of like filters out in like waves, just like kind of consuming it. I don't know without knowing really what the creature is like kind of made out of, like I think it would kind of either like dissipate or like kind of break apart.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it would dissipate in like oily coils of like that serpentine darkness across the pool, and then even that would start to evaporate as the grotto lights up and the clouds start to part, and you all gain the benefit of another short rest. The trees open and there is a path. And that path leads back to the arboretum. As you walk along this path, you hear the clash of sword on something else. There's definitely a battle happening, and you can see the familiar shimmer of the psychomancer as it does battle with a strange type of woman. Now, you've encountered night hags before. This creature with horns and skulls and matted hair, as she curses this psychomancer who has been deflecting all of her blows with their shield. What would you like to do?
Should we go help?
I guess we're still not done here, so I guess we're fighting again.
It's okay. We're almost out. I think we're almost out.
Okay, so I guess we go.
All right, roll into initiative for me. I'll be controlling both
19.
Psychomancer and Night Hag.
19.
18.
The hag rolled a 1, so what did we say? 19 was the highest?
Yeah, I got a 19.
19
I got an
top.
18.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing popcorn. Duh.
All right. 19's at the top. What would you like to do, Vasily? Ahead of you, within 15 feet of you, in front of this arboretum, is the Psychomancer and the Night Hag. They're about 10 feet apart as she attacks and then runs away.
So she's running?
Well, she runs back to like a safe distance outside of melee range.
I guess I'll walk up to the Psychomancer and cast resistance, which I guess again is a compliment, which I have none for this guy. Thanks for making my day not totally boring.
Aw.
And
the Psychomancer. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the Psychomancer just like puts a hand on your shoulders, like, you're welcome.
Ugh, okay. That was really, she's very sweaty. So once before the spell ends, he can add a d4 to a saving throw, which I don't know if it's doubled for him or not, but.
You know what? I'll say it is, because we're all friends here.
Okay.
All right, who are you popcorning to?
To Vargas.
Okay, well, I don't like night hags. I rolled a 2, so the Eldritch Blasted. I imagine it just makes like a fart noise. Like,
I'm sorry. Okay, cool.
cool. Tight. I will popcorn to Constantina.
Very nice.
I would like to try to cast Hold Person on the hag. Rather than like attacking.
Okay, absolutely.
So they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Succeeding on a 15.
Wisdom. They got a 15 exactly.
Oh, darn. Okay. So I will use my bonus action to give Bardic Inspiration to... I'll do Vargas. And that will be my turn. So I will popcorn to... So Vasily went... I don't know why I need to like write stuff down. I think everyone...
Yeah, I think it's either the Psychomancer or the hag.
I will have the hag go next.
All right, so Drusilla the hag will raise her hands, and when she does, she summons a pair of shadow hounds. And these two things, they snarl and bark at each of you. Both of them will race forward and attempt to bite Vargas. Okay, cool. What's there? I got an 8 and a 7, so no, doesn't quite hit the 420/69 AC.
It doesn't. Fortunately not.
Yeah. Okay. Drusilla will popcorn to. Did all three of you go?
Yes, so it's the Psychomancer, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Drusilla will popcorn to the Psychomancer, who casts Shield on each of you. Shield will raise your AC by 5.
Whew.
He's doing that as a reaction to her summoning and sicking those monsters on you. I think that's it. And if she casts Magic Missile, which she won't, you will take no damage. But she doesn't have Magic Missile, so doesn't matter. Oh, snap. She does have Magic Missile. Okay. All right. I'll popcorn to Vasily.
Okay. Vasily will try to cast Lightning Lure to grab the hag and pull her back towards us.
Okay.
So that is create a lash of lightning that strikes at one creature, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards us.
All right. What is it?
13.
She rolled a 21.
What?
She rolled a 17 plus 4.
Okay, well, I guess I try to throw my metal whip out that would have lightning in it, but I just it just bleh, like a jump rope just falls. It's just okay, and pulls it back. And I guess I'll popcorn to Constantina.
All right. I will do. I will try Dissonant Whispers at level 3. So the hag has to make a wisdom saving throw. Passing a 15.
She got a 7, so...
Yeah. Okay. Get ready for some psychic damage. That is... So it's... Oof. Okay. 5. Yeah, I gotta do math. That's 10. That is 6. So 16. So that is 18 points of psychic damage. And must immediately use the reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. All right. And I'm sorry, how much damage was that?
18.
Ooh.
18. Okay.
This is what happens when I do my spells correctly, unlike all of season 1.
Haha, sassy.
Yes.
She's learned so much about herself. She got all her memories back. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she does try to flee from you. Her hounds snarl and bark at you, but other than that, she's just ooh. Oh, no.
Oh.
There's something I suspect, and I'm going to make it canon as part of our adventure from now on, that night hags not super into Vistanian likewise. So yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that was where some of the rumors of abducting children came from. So
Okay.
which I'm gonna go with. Yeah. Starting now, canon. Who are you popcorning to?
I will popcorn to Vargas.
Hit me. Eldritch Blast, because why do anything else?
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. You're
That's
doing a great job.
Do you have bardic inspiration? Do you have something?
Do!
Vargas.
That is a 13?
Oh, just misses. Are you attacking Drusilla?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, yeah, no. It would have hit the doggos, but
Wait. I shoot at the doggos.
I'll let you shoot at the doggos.
How could you?
3,
I'll use the DM help action.
12.
Oh yeah, they're both dead. You killed some dogs.
Yep, it was someone else that looks remarkably like me. It was not me.
Shooting kids, killing dogs.
Again,
Right.
the kid thing, not me.
Who are you popcorning to?
Has the Psychomancer gone?
Not this round.
I will popcorn to the Psychomancer.
Now the Psychomancer will just like hold its shield up and or hold their shield up and sort of, the Psychomancer will use the help action on the next person. And popcorn to who's left?
Is the hag?
The hag, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I think the hag.
the Psychomancer will hold their action to help the next person in the next round. Okay, so the hag will attack. Her doggos are gone. So what she will do, she can't get near Constantina, so she will fly for Vasily and attempt to claw her. Vasily.
Mm-hmm.
She got a nat 20.
Okay, well, luckily my AC is 9,005, so...
It's not 9,005.
I'm going to cutting words the damage.
Okay. Yeah, so she will slash you for 13 slashing damage with her hag claws.
So take off 6 of those points. So 7? You only take 7?
Bless you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah. And then she will attempt to flee Constantina once Constantina has made that magical shield on you. So she will move away again. I'm gonna popcorn to top of the next round. I'm gonna popcorn to Vargas again. Vargas the dog killer.
Oh no. I hate that.
You're muted.
And it was somebody that looked very similar to me.
Bunker would be disappointed.
Goodbye, everyone.
I'm leaving.
I'll just blast on the night hag. 17?
Yeah, me too.
8.
Yeah. It's pretty respectable. Yeah. She will shriek in pain.
Okay.
Who are you gonna popcorn to? Actually, the Psychomancer was holding their action to help the next person in the party, so you actually do maximum damage on when somebody uses the help action for your attacks. It is treated as though a critical hit, so you will do maximum damage on your Eldritch Blast. What's your maximum?
Well, it's like I roll 1d10 or 2d10.
Okay, so you do 20 is the maximum. So you did 20 damage. Yeah. So now you know when you use the help action for somebody attacking, it will do max damage.
Okay.
As though it were a critical hit.
Okay. So I will popcorn to Constantina.
All right. Ashley, you're muted.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm going to the heck is it? Oh, that's not a relevant spell for this moment. Okay. I'll do Dissonant Whispers again because she definitely seemed to not like that. So she needs to make another wisdom saving throw.
Rude.
Sorry.
Rude.
It's fine, I guess. 12.
Does not pass. Get ready for this. Finally, my psychic damage is working. This is so exciting. Okay. That is 8, 10, 15 points of psychic damage. And
Oh
she
my
still has to
gosh.
stay away from me.
Oh my gosh, yeah. She's clutching her head and like tearing at her hair as she
Ew.
struggles to run away from you as you repel all of the negativity that she brought into this mindscape back at her.
It doesn't feel as good as I want it to feel.
Oh.
I will give Bardic Inspiration to Vasily,
Okay, that's
Yay.
a D12.
and I will popcorn to Vasily, and that is my turn.
Yay! Okay. I am going to try and throw a firebolt at her as she's running. So I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration here.
Okay.
And it's very good that I did because I got a 15.
Yeah, okay. You missed.
Ugh. Okay. And I guess I will use my bonus action to cast Sanctuary on Constantina because she's been the one doing the most damage, and I feel like if the hag's gonna turn and attack someone, it's going to be her.
Okay.
So I ward you against attack. So if anything tries to attack you, we can go over what that does. So, and I guess that's also a compliment. I'll be like, you're doing great in battle today.
Vasily.
Who would you like to popcorn to, Vasily?
Who hasn't gone this round?
I think it's just the Psychomancer, actually.
Oh, okay.
No. Did the hag go?
I
The
don't
hag
think
hasn't gone.
I don't think she's went. So I'll pass to
Yeah.
her. So she's not.
Yeah,
the
I
last
think
one.
the Psychomancer has gone, but the hag has not.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So give her.
Okay, so the hag will attempt to attack Vasily again with those claws.
Please no.
Gonna get you.
Go get me good. Did she crit again?
No, she did not.
Oh, okay.
15, but you have +5 to your AC.
Yeah,
now,
so I'm good.
Yeah. So yeah, she misses. Whether it's because she sees that now you're a ally of Constantina, or whatever, she just can't seem to hit you again.
Good.
All right. She's gonna popcorn to Vargas.
All right. It's a 3. I do nothing with a 3.
Rip. Okay. What would you like to do now?
Possibly save me.
Okay, so you're popcorning to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to try and attempt another firebolt again. That's also a 3, so I don't do anything. I'll pass to Constantina, who is the only useful person in this party.
Just a reminder, you can choose the help action.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, sorry.
Instead of attacking.
I
But
didn't think
yeah.
about that.
Yeah. I wanted to give you guys a reminder.
Thank you for
Just-
reminding.
Yeah.
But
Constantina.
First of all, that's the nicest thing Vasily's ever said to me.
oh, she didn't say that. That was Kayla.
Oh. Well, you said a nice thing earlier, and you called me
true.
your friend, so
Oh,
you know,
God,
so
I did
I'm
do
gonna
that.
forget that. Never forgetting that.
Well, you were in the throes of anxiety, gray flamingo world. So how did you even hear that?
Well, maybe that's what brought me out of it. Okay.
Oh my God, no.
I will do. Do I want to use my last? I want to use a spell slot, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, I'll do Dissonant Whispers again.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, so she's got to make a Wisdom saving throw. That she has to pass 15. Just doing it.
Got an 8, so I don't know what it has to be like canon now. Night hags and Vistani. Just don't. That's how it is from now on.
Okay, I'm into that. Okay, that is 3, 5 plus 7. I can do math. 13 points of psychic damage.
Nice, yeah. And you can hear her scream in pain. I would say she's bloodied.
Okay.
Nice and bloodied.
No,
all right.
Good.
That.
I'll popcorn to the hag.
Okay. Absolutely. The hag will attack Vargas this time.
Sorry.
It's fine. It was a 10.
Shit.
Yeah. Vargas, for whatever reason, explain to us how you dodge the hag as she attacks you.
Very gracefully, and then I go.
I've been watching a lot of Lucifer on Netflix, and Vargas kind of reminds me of Lucifer a little.
He's a little bit.
Just like, ooh.
I feel like he tried very hard to come off as a gentleman in season 1, but now everybody knows all of his secrets, so he doesn't anymore.
Now he's just a goober, like
a very
Nikolai.
Goober. Well, okay, first of all, Nikolai is just trash. I am caring and endearing. Hello.
That okay, yeah,
Daddy.
you're right. You made a very stellar point. All right, so the hag will popcorn to the psychomancer, who will use the help action on the next player's turn. So I'll popcorn to who's left.
I think we've all win except for the psychomancer.
Okay, so top of the round we'll do Vargas. Hag's right next to you anyway.
Okay, now that she's a little closer. Let's see.
Yeah, that was the problem. The distance.
I want to see if there are other spells. I would like to try Vampiric Touch. Okay.
I can do it.
So, let's see. Okay, so I just rolled a hit for this one. So that is a 19.
Mhm.
3 d6 necrotic damage, and I gain hit points equal to half the amount of necrotic damage.
Okay, now remember, the Psychomancer is using the help action on you, so you do maximum damage because you hit.
Okay, so 3 times 6,
18.
18. So 18 damage, and then I would take 6 healing. Wait, 9. I know numbers.
Mhm.
There we go. Very nice.
You did it. All right, yeah, absolutely. What's next? Who are you popcorn into?
I would like to disengage and from her, and then I will popcorn to Constantina. Or actually, I'll popcorn to the Psychomancer.
Can you just wait? Is Vampiric Touch a bonus action, or can you disengage as a bonus action?
I think yes, I can.
Okay.
Wait. No.
Okay.
Well, it's not a touch spell. It's concentration. So I will popcorn to the Psychomancer regardless.
Yeah. So if you disengage from her, but you can't disengage, like actually disengage, she will get an opportunity attack on you if you move away while you're engaged with her.
I'll just stay where I am.
Okay. Then the Psychomancer will hold their action to help the next player and popcorn to Vasily.
Okay.
Don't miss.
I know. All right, well, I'm going to try Firebolt again because I really want to.
I believe in you.
Okay, thanks.
They're helping.
I rolled a 10.
You have Bardic Inspiration?
Do I still have that? Did you give me that again? I think I used it. I used it and then on the last one and failed, so.
Well, JK. You know what? I will give you inspiration because you empathied.
Ooh, so I can do it again? Try again?
I will allow you to roll with advantage.
I got an 8 on that roll.
With advantage?
Wow.
That was
What the heck?
well, I rolled twice. I got the first roll number, and then that's an 8. So, doing great on the empathy thing tonight. Not so great on the
Everything's coming up
rolling
fastly.
thing.
All right. Who you popcorning to?
I guess Constantina, does that help action carry over to the next person? Maybe. Dang. Yes. Okay.
Which you should have rolled with advantage anyway if they're helping you. But whatever.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So Constantina.
you already rolled twice, and it was a shit show both times. So
Yeah.
Okay, so she looks pretty hurt, the hag.
yeah, she looks super super crispy.
Nice crispy hag. All right. I'm going to... Okay, I will do Dissonant Whispers again, just because it's really working for me.
Yeah, it's doing super well.
And I've never really gotten to use it where it's like actually done a lot of damage. Okay, so Wisdom saving throw for her.
Can't fucking believe this. This is the third time I've rolled a 6 with her, and I'm using the big ones.
Oh, hey, me too.
Yay.
Well, sorry, dear, but the hag's going to take. Oh my gosh, I rolled 3 6s and a 2. That was pretty good for D6 rolls. So that is 12 and 8, so 20 total.
Okay. Yeah. She's like limping around the perimeter of this area. She's actually going to make an attempt to escape. So that opens her up for opportunity attacks as she disengages from all of you, or attempts to disengage. Who would like to take an opportunity attack?
Me.
Oh yeah, do it, Vargas.
Pew pew.
Can I help him as an opportunity attack?
You cannot. Sorry.
I rolled an 18, so I'm freaking. Where's my boy? Where'd my boy go? There he is. Wait, no. 2d8, not 2d10s. 4, 7, 11 in total.
All right. Anybody else?
Is she staying far away from me? Does she get close enough for me to be able to do that?
No, I don't think you have
Okay.
an opportunity attack on her.
That's fine.
I would say that, like, if you had like a ranged spell or like a bow or something and she was trying to get away from you, you could try and shoot her, but like she's not running past you or anything. But yes, you would get, like, if you have a ranged option, then yes, you would get with that. So that's up to you.
I'm good.
Okay. Wesley?
I mean, if she's leaving, I'm just like, fine, whatever.
Yeah, she's trying to flee. So she's still running. I'm going to say we're going to popcorn to... Let's do a really fast round real quick. The Psychomancer is going to help the next person. Let's do help action for Vargas.
He just went? Is that...
Yeah, I know. That was opportunity attack.
Okay. Let's see.
We're just going to do a fast round, so you can either move or attack as she's trying to get away from you guys.
Okay, I will attack 16.
Yes. No.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry. It is help action, though, so you get advantage.
Oh, okay. Never mind. So I will go to Constantina.
Okay. She's running away. So I feel like it seems kind of not good to... Well, I don't want her to do this to anyone else, though. Okay. I'm going to do... how far is she? She within 60?
So, yeah, she's within 60 feet.
Okay.
Because she moves 30 feet at a time. So she would have ran 30 feet.
Okay. I will do another Dissonant Whispers, but at a lower level.
Okay.
But I believe the save is still the same. So Wisdom saving throw.
That's me. I don't know what I was waiting for.
Sorry.
Got a 14.
Oof. close, but not enough.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry,
You don't have to rub it in.
it had to be a 15. All right, so that is 8 points of psychic damage.
Okay, so Constantina, as she collapses to the ground, what is it that you tell her that deals in the final blow?
It's more of like a melody, and normally it's like a really like discordant kind of minor chord melody, but I'm trying to basically emit as much positive like psychic damage. I know that sounds kind of silly, but I'm basically trying to just like inflict as much like feeling good and positive and strong like toward her, versus the normal kind of dark and manipulative psychic damage that this spell usually requires. So it's just like this force of like as much like kind of goodness as I can put into it, like trying to do this. I'm trying to do this with as much like kind of goodness as it needs.
Yeah, it comes from a place of not trying to specifically hurt her, but trying to protect someone else from being hurt by her. And sometimes that's a difficult line to walk. You feel like you're being unreasonable for asserting those boundaries or for trying to protect other people, when in fact, sometimes it's better to protect other people than it is to stand by, you know? So she falls to the ground and she begins to dissipate, and all of you feel a shaking in your bodies as you begin to wake. And you wake on the floor of Jenna's room, where Jenna is also awake and sitting with Mercy. They're happily chatting, and they see you and they look tired, but they're okay. The psychomancer tells the three of you she'll recover. She's not cured, of course, but you know, with the hag preying on her vulnerabilities, it's difficult, but those vulnerabilities remain. I'll keep trying to work with her to bolster that and help her find some healing. Thank you for your sacrifice and for treating this with dignity and compassion. You're all heroes.
Vasily rolls over under her face and groans because she's really sweaty.
Mercy will look at the three of you and she'll say, "Oh, I slept so well last night." That's my Mercy impression. Lisa does a much better job than me. Slept so well. Thank you, Lisa.
It was just okay. Wow, Lisa. Good effort.
And the psychomancer will tell you, like, you know, we're all vulnerable. We all have to deal with vulnerabilities like this. And for some people, it's invisible. We try our best to go about our lives, but you did a good thing today. And he will give all four of you these tokens with a shield on them and an eye in the very center of it. And he'll say, or they'll say, "I have contacts in Lamordia. If you reach the mainland, show this to anybody and I'll make sure that you're taken care of and you find healing wherever you need it." And the crew wakes, the crew works, the crew beds back down, and the group of you continue your adventures on the high sea of sorrow aboard the Endurance and all that is sure to bring you. Thank you, all three of you, for playing today. We are going to go ahead and take a super quick break as we bring in our guest. Dr. Megan Connell will be joining us momentarily, and we'll be very happy to have her. We're going to go through a little talk session, and it's going to be great. So everybody, chat included, go get yourself something to drink, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom. We'll be back.
Okay.
A few minutes.
BRB.
Bye.
We're good.
Yeah, we did it.
I did it.
Yay!
Hooray. All right, the floor is all yours, Dr. Megan.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me back. First off, it's so good to see everybody.
Yes.
I'm very sad Lisa's not here. But
I know.
oh, well, and it's so exciting. So you guys got to be the premiere of this module.
Mm.
So thank
Ooh.
you guys so much for playing it, and it's awesome. I have a few questions that Dr. B, who's one of the co-authors of this, helped author. When you guys heard that there was going to be a module for D&D that focused on mental health, like what were your reactions? Like, what did you think about that?
I think
Man.
I mean, positive.
It was difficult for me to kind of feel trusted enough to do it, because there's already a lot of expectation, I think, sometimes on dungeon masters to promote a safe environment. So there's actually like a small amount of defensiveness on my part as a dungeon master, just being like, what? Of course I present a safe environment. But still, like, obviously there's stuff that everybody can learn. Everybody can learn new stuff. And so once I read through the module, I kind of understood a little bit more of what the expectations were. And I was like, oh, okay, well, this makes sense, because it's very much, I didn't expect it to be teaching the party like empathy themselves. So I was like, oh, okay, that's nice.
That's awesome. When was this about, like, so it sounds like it wasn't kind of what you were expecting.
It's not. It's very much the opposite of what I was expecting, which I was kind of expecting, because usually when you're a dungeon master and you're trying to teach your party, it's like, I don't know how I should tell you that you should care about other people. like it's like, please care about this NPC.
Don't just randomly kill them for their treasure.
Yeah.
But this was different, because like you care about the NPC, not. And they went into the module. I know in the module, like, you can be friends with the NPC, but for us playing, it was kind of cool, because you're caring about somebody who can't do anything for you, who's not like your best friend or something. It's like, I care about you because you're a person. So that was nice. I like that.
That was really cool. And what was it like for the experience for the players, for you guys to play through this and to be, I guess, like, what were your reactions when you heard you were going to do this? And then, like, what was the experience like with actually playing it?
I mean, like I said, I had a positive reaction to it existing, because I think focusing on mental health in D&D is very good, because we do it anyway. I feel like a lot of times, a lot of times people can use D&D to kind of work out their own problems. So making it more straightforward is really nice. And it was a little tough in game, but it was nice. I always feel weird talking about myself, so it was a little weird in the game, but I don't know. I came out of it feeling pretty positive about it too. Didn't change my opinion. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
I was a little nervous at first, to be honest, just because D&D already feels very vulnerable to me, because I like to play characters who have kind of similar kind of struggles as me to a point. But I was kind of like, oof, like, am I as a person, like, do I feel okay enough right now to be able to talk about some of these things? I feel like anxiety and depression are like, those are always kind of ever changing things. Like, one day I can feel fine and the next day I just feel terrible. So I was kind of like, I'm hoping that I'm in the right mind space for this on Saturday. So I was a little worried, just to make sure that I could still enjoy this as a game and as a way to just like hang out with people that I care about without making it kind of too much. But I do, like Kayla said, I do find it like kind of cathartic to play D&D as a way to express my own kind of personal struggles with mental illness. And that's like a theme with all of the characters that I play, including Constantina, especially like toward the end of our first season. Like, a lot of those things came up for her, and those are very, very similar things that I also like struggle with and think about a lot. So yeah, I was like, but I was initially like, I was kind of surprised by how not resistant, but just kind of like, oh shoot, like that sounds hard. And it almost like kind of frightened me a little bit, but not like in not like in a really like serious way, just like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm good as a person before I can really play something that will delve into that, so that it doesn't really open up all of these wounds that I'm not really equipped to handle at that moment.
Yeah. And do you think like the way this was set up did a good job of like making it like, was it okay that in how it handled it, like not being triggering and opening up stuff that you didn't want opened, or did it go too far?
I feel really comfortable with the people that I play with that we always check in with each other about our boundaries. So I never go into this worrying that I'm going to be triggered. I also feel like we've talked enough about what those points are for us, that I know that my friends would never like purposely like, do that for me, and also each other. But no, I thought I really appreciated was just like the moment of consent. Like, you're consenting to go into this. Are you ready for that? Rather than just being like kind of thrust into the situation and having to fight our way out. Like that, I felt like gave me and my character a moment to just be like, okay, I know that I'm going into something difficult. So that was like enough for me to be ready for that. But I thought that was nice, and not always something that happens in adventures.
That's cool. And for you guys, what did you think of just the manifestations of depression and anxiety in this? Like, did that feel kind of true to life to you, or is it? I mean, obviously we can't like create exactly what everybody feels because everyone goes through something different. So it's had to be abstract, but just kind of your reactions to that.
For the adventure, I actually changed a little bit of the personifications of anxiety instead of making them specific. And it says in the adventure, anybody who ends up getting it on Tuesday, that you can change some things and like figure out how to make them larger than life. I just love the idea of it being an environment. And also, I think that sometimes if you're presented with something that you can fight, the expectation is to fight it as opposed to acknowledging and confronting it. So with it being an environment that responded to their moods and stuff, I liked doing that a lot. And I'm glad that the module gave me the flexibility to do that instead of creating a creature that they could fight. Now, in another party where that would be good for the players to have like a physical creature there, I like that there are stats in the adventure for that. So it gives me a lot of flexibility, so I liked that.
Very cool. If anybody else has thoughts on that? And a question I'm just kind of curious, this is more my personal curiosity after having played with you guys and gotten to know your characters a little bit. What's a takeaway from all of this for each of your characters? If I can ask.
I guess Vasily finally admitted that they're friends now, so that's a thing. Also, probably going to be a little less hard on herself, because that was a big thing for her. She is very hard on herself for making mistakes. So, I mean, that's just her entire life has been a series of mistakes, clearly. So yeah, I think that she'll probably be a little less hateful to herself after this.
Yeah. You're not talking about your perfect, beautiful children being mistakes. Perfect children. Yeah, I think for Vargas, it's more of like he doesn't have to do everything alone at this point. I think he's just been kind of waiting to wake up one day and then being alone again, and hasn't had that experience yet. So I think he's finally realized that he doesn't have to do most of the things that he normally does on his own, which probably keeps him out of trouble. More trouble than he would be in otherwise.
I think my character is very much like depression frightens her way more than anxiety does, mostly because I also myself, like I live with anxiety. It's like a constant for me. But depression is not as frequent for me. So when it does come up in my life, I feel just utterly helpless. And so I really dread those moments in my life. And so my character has kind of a similar view on that. Like depression is it's such an unknown. And when she does experience it, it just feels like it's the worst. And she doesn't feel like she has the tools to really deal with it the way that other anxieties feel hard, but she knows those better. So I felt like it was when I kept rolling so poorly in the kind of depression area, I was like, well, this is kind of how I feel. Like I always feel like it's really hard for me to get out of that. But that she did, and it was largely through a friend expressing friendship, I think is really important to kind of like what Hadeel said about Vargas, like we don't have to go at it alone. And sometimes it just takes like that kind of initial step to reach out for help. That it's hard to do that and sometimes feels like utterly impossible, but hopefully that will continue to be something that she remembers as we continue our journey. But that's always been kind of like worst case scenario for her, is descending into that depression and not being able to get out of it.
So it sounds like some pretty big takeaways for your characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have zero chill here, okay?
I feel like it worked out in the perfect way for that to happen, because Vasily got stuck giving pep talks, which, like, she was all about avoiding the whole time. She was like, all right, Konstantina's got this. And then, of course, it worked out to where she has to give it, and she was like, oh, God. So,
I specifically chose anger for Vasily. There are different, so with depression, there are different manifestations of Jenna that you can choose, and I specifically chose anger first because I wanted Vasily to deal with seeing somebody else express that anger and self-loathing that Vasily herself has expressed for herself.
That's nice that you have choices, because I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, you have choices. You were like, whoa, this module's been reading my live journal. Okay. But yeah.
Well, and that's actually something too, and good question for you, TK, because as everyone was talking, that's something like as a dungeon master, like when we talk about like parties coming together, we go through different stages of group development where we're forming, coming together. Usually that's pretty smooth. Mm-hmm. Then we go into the storming phase where we're fighting for power, fighting for roles, and everybody hates each other. And then norming, where we're creating our norms and trying to figure out our roles and then performing. But like sometimes to get through that storming, we would constantly revisit them. And so it sounds like in a way this create encounters like this and could be a tool that maybe DMs can use somehow to help bring a party together and to rely on each other a little bit more. Thoughts on that, TK?
Yeah, definitely. I think there are some very, like, even though we're all like BFFs in this cast, the party has very strong personalities. And there are two people in the party who are like, yes, chaotic good. We do everything we can to help to help other people, even sometimes at the detriment of ourselves. And two other people in the party who are like, I don't even know like these people. Why should I go out of my way to help them? Nobody's ever helped me. And I knew that coming into this module would be a little difficult. The gang learns empathy. Because like Mercy in a lot of ways is the heart of the party. And Lisa wasn't feeling very well this morning, and so we were like, hey, don't worry about it. And she was in the chat cheering us on and everything. But I liked the idea that like Mercy is Mercy's got her own things to deal with like Vasily having not betrayed her again lately, and she's not there in this adventure to like hold her friend's hands through interacting with other people and proving that they care about these people and stuff. And Konstantina's super good at that, but Konstantina is one person, so and has her own things to deal with. So it's Mercy in a lot of ways is the heart of the party, and so it's interesting seeing other people take the lead, because every time they have agreed to like help other people, it's usually been Mercy, been like, how can we help you? How can we do this with you? Sometimes Konstantina, how can we do this? How can we do that? And seeing the way that Vasily and Vargas grew in this session, and were able to kind of like pull themselves up to where they were like, yes, we'll do this end for nothing. It was great, because I didn't promise them money. So
you didn't,
and you're not gonna get any either.
Oh.
Well, but now the crew's awake, I guess, so they can go where they need to.
Yeah, including your son.
What? Leave my son out of this.
Well, he was asleep, so.
No.
Well, and I guess this brings us for a good kind of wrap up question of what do you think the role of narrative games, not just D&D, but like even like computer-based role-playing games and stuff can they play a role in building skills like empathy and compassion for others?
Yeah, for sure. Because I feel like it's a very safe space that's kind of sort of detached from any sort of like anger or frustration you may have with yourself, because you're building this like sometimes better version of yourself to make a character, and you're experiencing these things kind of, I don't know, does that make sense, kind of separate from yourself, so you can explore it and feel more confident in a lot of cases, because you're just like, oh, this is just a game, but you come out of it learning a lot about yourself or about certain situations and helping people. A lot of times in D&D, I mean, you do quests, a lot of times you're saving people, or you're finding things for people and just helping them. So
I think so. Therapy already utilizes a lot of role playing and getting outside your own head to figure out how you should relate empathy to people. I find that a lot of people in the role playing community have this thing where they will extend a lot of empathy to other people, but then not reserve any for themselves. And so I liked that about the anxiety portion, that it allowed the space to break immersion and say, hey, like, how are you dealing with this? How do you deal with things like this, to reserve some of that empathy even for yourself, because sometimes for a lot of us in this community, it's easy for us to look at other people and say, like, hey, like, you're a good person and you deserve love and you deserve second chances. But when we're looking in that mirror, we're dangerous, or we're bad, or people should stay away from us, Yeah. We have to extend that to each other and to ourselves. And I think tabletop role playing can do a lot to help with that. For me personally, I had a lot of resistance to a sort of mental health tabletop role playing game, because I have a lot of difficulty being vulnerable, or so my therapist says. So it is difficult sometimes to like extend that empathy to yourself as well. And I think tabletop role playing games can do a lot for that.
I think that tabletop games, like, they become, even though it's fiction and it's separate from real life, they still become memories that you share with other people. And I still think that like the same challenges that you go through like at the table can still be things that you can reflect on as kind of your own personal growth, which is why like I personally find it really satisfying to like finish a long campaign, because I feel like I've done something myself. Like all those choices that I made were still, even if they were for a character, they were still coming from me originally. And I think it's like a really satisfying way to kind of reflect on growth in like this kind of tangible way. And it's such a good like bonding experience. Like I'm friends with all of these wonderful people because of the game that we played together, and our real life memories to me are kind of mixed with the in-game memories. And I mean, separate, but still kind of, they still have kind of equal importance to me, especially those really special moments of growth, or where our characters really like connected and we've gone through these hardships together. So I don't know, I probably take D&D way too seriously, like I do with everything in my life, but TK is like, but I find that to be like kind of the most like satisfying part of that, regardless of like the kind of character I'm playing. Just like having a narrative that has some sort of like build the same way like our lives do. Like we go through these kind of narrative chapters in our lives. And it's just like a nice way to reflect on those experiences by having like specific enemies that we encountered, like specific places that we went to, and what those might kind of, how those mirror our own kind of real lives.
That's cool. All right. Any last thoughts or ideas?
No, I was happy that we premiered this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a nice opportunity. We got to see a lot of facets of the characters, and it was just a nice way to spend an early Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yes.
I don't know what day it is.
We still have more weekend ahead of us.
Freelancer day. And there's
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh, well, awesome, you guys. Thank you so much. And again, if you guys haven't checked out takethis.org, they do amazing work and have a lot of resources. Their resources list is one that I always refer people to when they need that because it's very complete and accurate. So please check them out and support them if you can. And check out the module on Tuesday, I believe, is when it's going to be on the DMs Guild.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out with us and doing this adventure with us. We all went on a nice little fields trip. And tune in August 9th for the first episode. August 9th. Oh, God, Lisa, please, where are you? Season 2 of Tales from the Mists. And we'll have more ridiculous ghosts and spookies and misty things and ravens and who knows what else. Next time, we will see you in the mist. Good boy, everybody.
Bye.